Hello, everybody. We are live, I think, I hope. This is the Cheesecake Challenge, and tonight, let me get to the panel here really quick. I got to mess around with my tabs here somewhat until I get to the right thing. And there we are. We have already 6 people on the panel. We might have a couple others show up, hopefully. That would be nice. And it's just me right now, hosting. I don't have any co-hosts as of yet. Maybe Crypto Comics will show up to co-host. But tonight, we have Armor on. You want to tell us tonight what's going on with you, man?
Well, there's a garbage truck outside my door.
Well,
Going past, you probably can hear it.
uh-huh. Well, it's all right. At least they're doing essential jobs. I need to turn this thing down, whatever it is making all the damn noise. I think that was us going live. Hopefully that was us going live. We'll see. All right. And you got anything you want to pimp, talk about before we get into this?
Not right. No, nothing now.
All right. We'll leave it at that. Nice to have you here again.
Yeah.
And we're going to go over to Eric. What's your last name? I'm sorry, my bad.
Hudson, Hodson.
Hodson. I had a teacher named Hodson. I should remember that.
Yeah, there's an odd in there. That's important.
Hodson. Dreaded Dinosaur fame. So what's going on? Do you want to shill anything before we get started?
I've been working on a cover for my Dreaded Dinosaur Man comic book. I'll be launching on IGG this fall. And starting next month, I'll be updating the webtoon Dreaded Dinosaur Man to bring people up to speed. Planning on doing a new strip every couple of weeks up until launch.
Right on, man. Great. That's awesome. Going over to Humble Marty. Humble Marty, want to say anything about things you're doing or how you're feeling? Are you avoiding the woo?
Yeah, avoiding the woo.
Anything else? No?
I hope I don't get this stream demonetized.
That's all right. I don't think this stream is monetized anyway, so we're okay. Illustrator Monk, brah. I have to remind you, a friend of mine named Brian Ball is trying to get a hold of you to recompense you for a certain piece of art that you supplied him. So, just a note. You want to talk about anything else?
The deal is done.
Okay. Fantastic.
I'm not announcing anything yet.
Okay.
I'll let him announce whatever.
Okay. He just wants you to contact him, that's all.
Tales from the Stacks on Kickstarter. Go check it out. I have one of the variant covers and the main cover I did the artwork for. And Tales from the Stacks, I did a story in. It's on Indiegogo right now, the collector's edition version.
Excellent. Right on. It's Illustrator Monk, one of our resident, seemingly perennial winners. Then we have Daniel Vega, Danny Vegas, Tech Corner. Anything you want to shill real quick?
Do I want to show?
Shill.
Oh, show. No, I'm still currently for commission, both safe for work and not safe for work. You can contact me at the Tech Corner on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, great, fantastic. What the?
It's a computer telling you you're a boomer.
No, it's my damn phone, and I thought I turned down the doodads, but apparently I didn't. So I don't want it making noise. It's I'm bringing everything down, media, all that. So okay, good. So it won't make so much damn noise. Matt says he'll be here in a few minutes. Last on the list here, but certainly not least, William Blankenship, aka Bad Ankle Bill.
How's it going, guys? I'm just sitting here doing some research on like the visual aspects of Warhammer 40K because I'm as wholly unfamiliar with it as, except for just it being in the background of comic shops that I've been into. But in terms of like promoting anything right now, really only just going to be probably have some time for commissions, taking on like any new work this coming week. If anybody's interested, I'm Bad Ankle Bill on everything, on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Bad Ankle Bill, all one word. And just glad to be joining in on this little experiment tonight.
All right, excellent, man. we are 5 past, so I think we're going to begin right now. You can put your pencils on the thing, and we will end at 35 after 11:35 my time, and then we'll have a few more minutes after that to do the poll. I need to pull up what's going on so I can look and see if I have my friend Flit Amaranth in the chat. And yeah, so has anybody seen Warhammer before? And some of you are obviously unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I have. Yeah, I did like a fan art a long time ago, a little convention, gaming convention. Did one sketch.
Well, it is I have to say a lot, especially the Imperium is a very Baroque style of depiction. They have a lot of details in many of the different factions within the Imperium itself, and then also like the Ealdari or the Drukhari, which are the elves of Warhammer 40K, are pretty detailed as well as Chaos. There's a bunch of other things that go on in the universe, the galaxy of the Milky Way of the 41st century, now the 42nd, as they've updated a little bit. There's a lot of lore that goes back tens of thousands of years, and it's not all filled in. They have what they call the Black Library, as well as the different editions of the game that have kind of built this lore that's as deep and rich as any other franchise out there, without actually really being much more than based on the game and the books. Similar to like how D&D is, very few other platforms. There have been some games, some video games that have kind of filled it in, but it hasn't had things like Star Trek or Star Wars or Doctor Who or any of that to build the lore. It's just all literature and gaming material mostly. But that said, it is about as broad and expansive a universe as you can find, and it is not for the faint of heart, because the grim darkness of the far-flung future, as everybody knows, is just filled with war from one end to the other, and there are factions, aliens, ancient gods, ancient races who think they're gods, that go back millions of years, and humanity is kind of the new upstart in the last 40,000 years-ish, and is headed by the guy that is only known as the Emperor of Man. The Emperor of Man is kind of iconic. Currently in the mythos, he is basically on a life support system that's called the Golden Throne. He had a big knockdown, drag-out fight with one of his sons in what's called the Horus Heresy, which was 10,000 years before most of what you will find in the current gaming such scenarios. But there are a lot of females out in the universe that are very lethal, and you wouldn't want to mess with them. A lot of people complain in certain circles about the fact that the most iconic warriors and factions, which are the Space Marines and the Adeptus Astartes, there are no females within the Space Marines. However, there are the Sisters of Battle, which have their own lore and their own story. There's the Sisters of Silence, which are integral to many of the battles, very useful in their own right. There are the succubi of the Drukhari or the Dark Eldar, and they are some of the most deadly fighters in the entire game.
Disrupt as soon as I can.
What was that? What did Marty say?
Me?
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, somebody said something. That was weird. All right, but I thought I saw we had a female voice there for a minute, but I guess not. Do we have a new person on the panel? Oh, we have Phil.
I think
We have Phil. It must have been somebody behind him. When we get a chance, he's muted right now. We'll have him. Phil?
Hey, what's up?
Phil is our local. I don't. There's somebody else who's played Warhammer, I think. but you really dig Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I was glad that you finally got here, because I would have been kind of upset if you hadn't been here, because
That'd have been funny.
You're the 40K guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just kind of going through some of the factions and some of the things that people might not know about this universe, because it is fairly esoteric. It's kind of a niche market out there, but those who love it, man, do they take it seriously. Like I was talking about the Eldari, which are the elves of 40K, and the Drukari, which are the Dark Elder. Lilith Hesperax is probably the one of the most deadly characters in all of the lore, and you wouldn't want to mess with her. And many a Space Marine has just been fodder for her. Even supposedly Adeptus Custodes, which are even more badass dudes from the Imperium. And there are Phoenix Lords or Mistresses, which are also female, who are very badass from the Eldari, which are the kind of the original Eldar. And yeah, I'm trying to think. There are females within the Chaos realm. They're interesting. They must be badass, because you'd have to be in the Chaos, which is another dimension. You have the Materium, which is our dimension, and then you have the Immaterium, which is basically where all the dark gods reside, the 4 dark gods of note. The ruinous powers, as they call them, the gods of chaos. They reside there, and there's 4 of them, like I said. And you have Slaanesh. This is a goddess, or god, depending on how you look at it, that arose out of the Eldar's decadence, and they birthed Slaanesh and basically wiped out most of their race doing so.
Decadence.
Yes, very, very decadent. And if you want to get into the lore, you will find out what they did to do that. And they weren't a pretty sight, 10,000 years back in the lore. But there were 3 other ruinous gods that have been around for quite a while. Tzeentch, which is the god of change, sorcery. It's kind of a schemer. And you got Nurgle, who's basically the god of life and death through pestilence and birth and rebirth and death. Yeah, he's that. And then you have Khorne. Now Khorne is the god of war, the god of death.
Blood for the
blood god, skulls for his skull throne. Yeah, and that's one of those crazy things.
Khorne?
We have Crypto Comics.
Remember that one? Freak on a Leash? No,
he is not an artist,
nobody remembers Khorne.
But he
Yes, I remember Khorne.
he knows how to throw out patter. Obviously, he's making fun of Warhammer a little bit, because it's.
I'm gonna make fun of Jonathan Davis for the rest of his fucking life. Fuck you, Khorne.
Oh boy.
There, I did it, dude. I felt great saying that, actually.
All right.
God, dude. Only the best thing they ever did was hire Todd McFarlane to draw the cover to that album.
Okay. Yeah.
No offense to any Khorne fans in here. I just been wanting to say that since 2000, which was when their career basically was done.
Oh, we have Flit Amra in the chat. My
persist.
trusty mod is there. Fantastic. Also, Ezra Caleb West has made it. He's all hail Slaanesh. Oh boy, all hail Slaanesh. And we go on to another faction that you can probably find. There are females within the the Inquisition. Inquisition is quite broad. I'm not going to go into it too much depth, because I get lost in the lore and people be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" There's also the Officio Assassinorum, which are basically a whole bunch of different orders of assassins, but there are females in those as well, who often are very sexy, very slinky, and very deadly. So yeah, there are females to play and to play with within Warhammer 40K. In today's theme, just to let everybody know, the artists are challenged with 2 different factions of females fighting each other, 2 different individuals, but they have to be fighting over something fairly silly, because Warhammer is all about fighting and war. There's that, but I want them to be fighting over something just kind of goofy, fun. There you go. So it's not, maybe they're fighting over, a lipstick tube or something. I don't know, something crazy. And this is what the artists have been set before them today, just to experience and explore Warhammer 40K and the ladies thereof. Matt, how was your day today?
Dude, I'm great, man. I'm just looking at corn right now, actually.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Are you listening to corn, too?
No, I can't. No, why would I do that?
I'm just saying. Could be something you drop to. Yeah.
I just wanted to see. Can I share? Can I screen share? Let's see if I can.
You can.
Let's see what I can do here.
Here, a white box show. I was white boxing William
Sure
Blankenship for a long time. For some reason, I boomered out and just left it on by a bad Uncle Bill. I'm known to do that. Everybody who's watched this show before knows that I have problems with my retention and attention to things.
I'm glad I was just shutting my mouth and drawing then, because I didn't realize I was on the white box.
Yeah, well, that's all right, man. Well, we have Risey Lee
Okay,
in the
great.
chat.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
The Todd Father. This is the Todd Father talk. You want me to read this like I'm Todd McFarlane?
Todd McFarlane.
I don't do as good a Todd. I don't do a Todd. My Todd impression is not
What'd
as
you
good
do? Todd
as Rob's.
McFarlane is Joe Quesada.
I can't. That's hard. Hey, how you doing? Hey, welcome to McFarlane Toys. You guys like strippers? Because we got strippers. Welcome. I'm filling in for Todd. Name's Joey Q. Joey Tips. They call me Joey Tips because of my frosted tips back in the 90s. That was it. That was my Joe Quesada impression.
All right, so you want to read this and tell us what's going on with the Todd Father?
Okay. We have a young foreign exchange student living with us, and he reminded me of this project I did back in the day. Let me try to read it like Todd. For those of you who are too young to remember, I did the artwork and directed the animated part of a little, not so little, music video with the band Korn called Freak on a Leash. I decided to animate the characters me and Greg Capullo did for the album cover called Follow the Leader. Then I gave them more life and fleshed out the backstory of how they got there. After all that, I had to merge the animated story with the live action part to come full circle back to the animation at the end. Try to say all that 3 times fast. I'm fucking amazing, right? I'm fucking Todd McFarlane. Anyways, if you haven't ever seen the music video, check it out. It has over 65 million fucking views. Eat that, Rob. And even though it was a lot of work, it paid off because the video ended up winning the Grammy for the best rock video and editing in 1999, all due to me, Todd McFarlane. What's cooler is later in 2000, we got another Grammy for Best Music Video Short Form, which is an honor we never expected to receive. Well, I expected it because I'm the fucking best. I'm Todd McFarlane. So here's this. I don't know where this was because I didn't listen to Korn. I just remember this was not the album cover. It's the reverse shot of her walking to the edge. What's she walking toward? I don't know. This is what I feel like after listening to a whole Korn album. Like I just want to walk off a fucking cliff. So. But this is what really matters: is this picture right here, right? Korn before they were all on drugs with freaking Todd.
I think that might have been like the inside sleeve art or like the behind the CD art. I'm not sure though, but
this is the baseball jacket Todd had made for himself after he bought McGuire's baseball, the steroid ball.
Yeah, that cover looks kind of like a Nasser fever dream or something.
Pigtails.
Yeah, aren't they cute? Look at these cuties.
It's interesting. That's the way they rolled back then.
Look at Jonathan Davis. Look at him.
Sheldon Martin in the chat says they hired Todd McFarlane, but Greg drew the cover. Greg drew.
Why don't they hire a barber to shave the fucking Fu Manchu off of Jonathan Davis there, huh?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. Flit Amaret says crypto equal Limp Bizkit fan confirmed.
Nice. That's probably the best singer of all time.
What, Fred Durst?
I would rather listen to Limp Bizkit than Korn.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you? How dare you?
They had the Method Man from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Limp Bizkit's first album still really holds up, and I used to be a fan of both, so I'm just...
This is like the only album that matters.
I really liked Rollin'. That was a good track. That in my generation.
Rollin'.
I don't care for any of their older stuff.
You know who really liked that Rollin' song? The Undertaker from WWE. He really liked that song. Imagine how happy he was when they finally stopped playing that as his entrance music. Could you imagine having to hear Fred Durst every day for like 2 years straight? Keep rolling. What?
Interesting. As for Caleb West says,
This is what Todd looked like.
corn
This is
sucks.
exactly what Todd's face looked like. Just so we're clear, Jimmy, I want to make this clear to the people. This image I'm showing right here, Todd McFarlane, this is exactly what Todd looked like when he walked into Tom DeFalco's office and told him to fuck off.
Okay. Note taken.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Sheldon Martin says, having a cornitine is what I meant to type. Having a cornitine? Cornitine. Okay. All right, Sheldon. Brian.
No, Sheldon.
Oh, Sheldon.
There's trouble.
Let's go down the art and see what we got going on here. We got armor on. He's got a young lady telling it like it is, apparently, doing a Todd McFarlane impersonation. And she got big boobies too. Nice. Oh, what we got from Eric Hodson, the dreaded dinosaur. He's got two girls. They are battling it out there. It looks like shit's about to go down. We'll find out what they're fighting over eventually. We got Humble Marty, and look at that. Very nice. Very good. Always remember, there's some iconic weapons you can do. Most significantly, the chainsword or the flamethrower for like the Sisters of Battle. They love their flamethrower. And what we got here? We got Illustrator Monk. He's doing pencils and stuff is taking place. I see some boobies and a pretty face. Yeah, very nice, excellent. Moving down the line with Phil Connect of
Connect the dots.
He's a resident Teutonic Knight. Phil Connect. Yeah, and he's doing a girl there. She's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Phil? Did you hear what we're doing? We have two characters, correct?
Yep.
All right, just making sure. Fantastic.
Don't sweat me. Don't sweat me,
I'm
bro.
not trying to sweat you. I'm just saying.
I got this.
Okay. All right, and we got Danny Vegas. Danny Vegas doing two girls. He is allowed to do two elven characters if he wants. If he really wants to do that.
Up to two elven characters.
Up to two. He could do an Ealdari fighting a Drukhari. That would be beautiful.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fantastic. And then down at the end of the queue here, Bad Ankle Bill throwing it down hard with the Warhammer.
Yes, sir.
And for those of you to remember, like, you don't have to do full armor. You have to make it sexy. All right. It just has to be obviously from the Warhammer kind of area.
I'm trying to mix the two because I found a few where like some of the form is exposed, but some of it's covered with armor, and other people that have done little mashups.
And then
See that, like full armor isn't sexy.
Yeah, full armor can be sexy, but it's you got to do it right.
But it's not. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
I saw a thing the other day that had kind of it was a fantasy armor girl, the kind of the arm bikini armor. And, the only way I think that actually works is say, the armor's got to be magical, or it's got to have some sort of sci-fi property that allows it for shielding to be actually practical, because everybody knows, a full metal bikini is only so much covering. So, but yeah.
Okay.
Girl armor, girl fantasy armor.
Yes.
Has to be as revealing as possible, and it gets the higher AC bonus.
That's right.
The skimpier it gets.
That's right. That's how you do it. That's how you do it in D&D or any one of the role-playing games to justify throwing girls in, obviously, titillating outfits. But that's what it is. Because real armor on girls is pretty much like guys, just smaller, and there you go.
And that's boring.
It is boring. I mean, with a few exceptions,
Giant soldier.
like a Bodacia or Joan of Arc. These women have not really been jumping in full plate and going crazy. But it's not to say that hasn't happened.
And we can blame that on the patriarchy.
Yes, on the patriarchy. and
sure.
toxic masculinity and the male gaze, all of it.
Oh,
And
Lord.
I fully,
Well, I don't think male gays have much to do with it. They're too busy with each other.
Yeah,
I fully embrace
the male
the
gaze.
reign of the patriarchy. We revel in how much the
Do
patriarchy.
you embrace the male
just,
gaze?
I don't mind the male gays, but I don't want to embrace them.
I'm asking for
You know,
a friend in Comicsgate.
I grew
Do
up
you
in the
male-
80s and in the 90s when AIDS was a thing, and we were always afraid. And, we were stupid back then. And so there were certain biases against the male gaze, and I still regret that to this day. But, those fears still lurk, deep within my subconscious. I can't help it.
I feel like there's a double entendre going on somewhere in that. I'm just not sure.
I don't even know what a single entendre is, much less a double one.
Well, the Google's out there to look it up. I'm just saying.
Google? That's like a one with a boatload of zeros behind it.
You're right. It is. Which is really weird because they should have more ones than zeros on the internet. Just saying.
One is the loneliest number
It
I've
is.
ever seen.
And let's explore a little bit more of Warhammer from my perspective.
Oh, there we go.
I know, and I'm going to bore some people out here with Warhammer shit now. Warhammer lore. In the Imperium.
Lorehammer.
Yeah, the lore hammer. I'm going to lay down the lore hammer on y'all. In the Imperium of Man, the Emperor of Man made 20 what he called Primarchs, which is essentially made from his genetic code, and they became his sons. But the ruinous powers, the chaos gods, they pulled a fast one on the Emperor of Man, and they stole his sons and scattered them across the galaxy.
How dare they?
I know, but what I always wonder is if they could steal them, why didn't they just kill them? But, that's the lore. And they stuck them out on these planets all over the galaxy, and then the Emperor of Man had to go out and locate them. And so all these Primarchs, basically, they helped him reconquer the galaxy in what they called the Great Crusade. The Emperor of Man had to reconquer Earth, too, because it had basically been destroyed in what they called the Age of Strife, which was several thousand years. But once he finished doing that, he got his Primarchs made his Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, and went marching out into the galaxy in these big old fleets and started reconquering the galaxy that humanity had spread out before in what they call the Dark Age of Technology or the Golden Age of Technology, depending on how you look at it. There's a whole bunch of lore in there, which I'm going to gloss over real quick. However, at one point, after pretty much the galaxy had been conquered, he had installed one of his sons, Horus, to be the War Master of the Great Crusade. But Horus, through many different but through a series of events, became corrupted by chaos. Oh, chaos. And he rebelled against his father and caused what they call the Horus Heresy, which was a great civil war across the galaxy between all the Space Marines. And basically, at the end of the Horus Heresy, the Horus was killed by the Emperor of Man, but the Emperor of Man was mortally wounded and is only kept alive in basically a life support system called the Golden Throne. And now the Space Marines that remain, they've broken up not into legions but into factions called chapters. And then there's also the Space Marines that went rogue, rebelled. They became Chaos Space Marines, and they went into the Immaterium, and they disappeared for 10,000 years, kind of jumping out every now and again to kind of harass the galaxy. So those are the factions, and there's 18 of them, 18 different legions. There were 20, but I'm not going to talk about those just yet. And so you get a lot to choose from when you're playing around in the game, because now all those 18 legions have been split up into chapters, a whole bunch of different chapters. And so when you play the game, you can buy all these. Well, there's a whole bunch of little figurines that you play with, and I'm not into that really. But there's an industry that has grown up around that from the company Games Workshop, who does Warhammer, and they also do another Age of Sigmar, which is like a medieval Warhammer, which is not really connected to Warhammer 40K. Warhammer 40K is much more expansive in my opinion, and it has a lot more cool things that go on. I'm going to talk about one of the other crazy factions, the Orcs, which obviously the Orcs are something that's kind of stolen from Tolkien, or Tolkien, depending on how
Say its
you
name.
pronounce it. Yeah, and the Orcs are a crazy old race, just like the Eldar that were made by the old ones. I'm not gonna get who the old ones were, but the old ones are kind of extinct now. And the Orcs are they're big green skins, and they're grown like fungus, as opposed to mating and so forth. They're all just kind of amorphous humanoid things, and they have a strange way of doing things. They have technology, but their technology is based on their faith in their gods Mork Mork and Gork.
Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy. Yeah, and the more they have faith in their what they call their warg, it's a war, and they're basically going out and destroying and making a path of destruction. The more their power grows, the bigger their horde grows, and this crazy technology just kind of works because they believe it will. So they will write in things to make them go faster. All they do is paint them red because red goes faster. Yes, Warhammer 40K is ridiculous, but it's also ridiculous fun, and it does have its own internal logic to the universe that is so deep, so nuanced, so layered that you kind of get lost in it when you first start looking into the game and the story. But I really enjoy it, and it's one of the reasons I decided to do today. And some people probably are like, I'm getting tired of hearing him talk about Warhammer. So let's move on down the line. And let's see what Amaran's doing. Oh, very nice, very nice. Looking pretty sexy. She's kind of got a fleur-de-lis going on her boobies, which is nice. A little French throw there, a little Franco. Then we go down. We're gonna go over to Eric. Eric's putting in the details. Definitely moving towards
Putting in the deets.
Putting in the deets. Yeah, look at that. Still working on the pencils. Nice, like that. And I'm going over to Humble Marty. What was that, Matt?
Plug in this picture. Nothing. Never mind.
Well, if you have something to show it.
Nope.
All right. Humble Marty's got girls fighting. I like the perspective here. Girl in the foreground, girl in the background. And there's some mid-ground that something I assume is going to be what they're fighting over. Going down to Illustrator Monk. Yeah, he's definitely putting the detail in. Illustrator Monk said he has no idea about Warhammer, but he's really giving the old college try right now, I'll tell you what.
I Googled a couple pictures.
So he's using some reference to go off of, and yeah, that's nice. Phil is our resident, I believe, lore master for Warhammer. Probably more than me. I'm just talking smack. I just listen to videos and read a lot of the wiki to inform myself. Looks like stuff's going on right there. Are they looking at each other? Or are they?
Phil's the real master of the Warhammer. Okay, I've heard Phil extensively. Phil will stay up all night ignoring his girlfriend just to hang out and talk about Warhammer.
I've heard that.
It's true.
It's the rumor that's actually been confirmed. Yeah.
We're doing 2 Dark Eldar having a pillow fight.
Oh boy, and that would happen. Only the pillows would be filled with probably broken glass and wrapped in razor wire.
Yeah.
That's how.
In this case, not so much, but yeah, in theory, that would be the case.
Now, Phil can do 2 Drukhari because there are different factions in the Drukhari that constantly fight. That happens basically in every faction. I haven't talked about the Xenos factions like, the Tyranids. Well, I did talk about.
Oh, that's what we should do next, or sexy Tyranids.
Oh, I don't know if is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just draw giant chitinous monsters with boobs.
Oh, that's true. I forgot.
Now, Risey Lee in the chat says, "Hail the male gaze."
Oh boy.
And I think we've confirmed now what we've long suspected, Jimmy, that he is indeed war camping.
I think you might be right. Moving down the line to Daniel Tech Vega. What do you got going on here? Remember, We got to show a lot of skin. Just I'm going to remind you,
Mm-hmm.
more skin
All right.
than not. Okay.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be putting them into like their leathers and shit.
Right. So
It's a cold night in Warhammer.
Just saying. I don't mind if they're today. I don't mind at all if they're elven. But remember the elves of Warhammer.
Remember, these ones are little sluts.
Well, especially the Drukaris, man.
Mm-hmm.
They will mess you up. The Dark Elder are
Hoochies.
Man.
They're hoochies.
They're not
They're
just
hoochie
hoochies.
mamas.
They're
How come nobody says hoochie mama anymore?
because
I think because it was lame to begin with.
Well, nobody says the bomb anymore.
Well, and then white people discovered it the same way we discovered bling, and then what we did was we ruined it.
We culturally appropriated it.
We did.
Yeah.
We're appropriators. That's how we rule the world, by appropriating everything. Everybody knows that. Going over to Bad Ankle Bill. Oh, look, we're seeing stuff.
Bad Ankle Bill's here?
Yeah, he is. He's down on the end of my queue. Right there.
William
Blankenship, Bill, and Bad Ankle Bill.
I'm just being uncharacteristically quiet. I'm my mic muted most of the time, just because I don't know anything about this stuff. So, like, I'm kind of jumping in between referencing and, just trying to put together something that's interesting. Plus, this is a different copy of Photoshop, and it's been
Slick Jimmy Love Pump is really into it. I have left a hangout, and he was talking about it, and I've come back like 90 minutes later, and he was still talking about it.
Shut your mouth.
No, it's okay to be into things that other people aren't into. It's no big deal. I like Star Trek. I don't know if I'm a Trekkie. I don't own like memorabilia, but I like Star Trek a lot, and can probably talk about it for 90 minutes.
I don't like current Trek, but I like everything before the latest iterations. But this is
I'm actually working on an interesting, fun little Star Trek project right now with a guy. So you'll probably see some of that posted here coming in the next week.
That's pretty cool, man. Awesome. Let's go back to the chat. I'm gonna see what's going on there. I haven't gone and talked to anybody for a while. Chat, how's things? Let's go over. Sheldon Martin says they're fighting over cheesecake. That could work. Yeah, it's a good idea. Sheldon Martin also says 2 elven characters, 1 cup. Oh, Sheldon.
I still have time. I can do that.
Oh boy. Ezra, Caleb West, or Easy as I call him. Bolt pistol to the face, chainsword to the guts. I don't want it to be too horrific, but yeah, I see where you're going with that. That is a very Warhammer thing. Sheldon Martin goes, ouch. Of course, very ouch. Flint Amaranth. Rule of female armor: the less it covers, the more it protects. Indeed. If we learned anything from Red Sonja, that is the case. So micro mini like G-strings and bras are the rule of day, or just a little pasty, a little nipple protector will protect
a slingshot
better than anything else. In a slingshot,
Sheldon Martin and Flit Amaranth pointed out something very important in the chat. Men never tell a woman that you think Star Trek is cool.
Unless she's into it already. So
yeah, if she's into it, that's different.
That's different.
You're gonna get some 7 to 9 action.
Risley did say hail the male gaze, and we know what's going on there.
Or what you do, like when she's like, "Are you into the Star Wars?" You just be like, "No, I like Star Trek because I'm not Never mind, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'll get in trouble.
No. If you really want to get them, just say, are you guys like Star Wars or Star Trek? And you'll just go, I'm motherfucking Warhammer, bitch.
I don't know what that means.
And I'll put my
Do those
Warhammer
belong in the same? Do they even belong? Isn't that fantasy? Warhammer
it's
fantasy.
Warhammer is like fantasy and sci-fi mixed together.
Oh, it's both. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because the Immaterium would probably
StarCraft and Warcraft in one, and they called it Warhammer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good apt, but of course, StarCraft and Warcraft are stealing from Warhammer.
Yeah, it takes. Oh, did Warhammer come first?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Warhammer was early '80s.
Yeah.
So you picked up like your first Warhammer books right around the same time you picked up the microphone you're using tonight.
Oh boy. Oh
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a little distortion on your
tin cannon
mic,
tonight.
That's all right. That's
okay. Oh really?
Yeah, it's all right.
Bad.
Oh.
It's okay.
How's my mic tonight? I listened last time.
Your
I had a
mic's
little bit
pretty
of
tinny.
distortion.
Your mic's not tinny, but it's pretty there. So
You're pretty good. Yeah, you're in the forefront. It's nice.
Is that better?
So that's a kind of like compared to what it was,
Yeah.
but really.
Yeah, we didn't have a mic check tonight, so it's all right. It's okay. Check one check.
Run it underwater. See if that helps.
Oh boy, it's like putting a
Well,
toaster in there.
hopefully I'm coming in nice and clear.
Yeah, you're very clear.
Look
You're
at
fine.
you. Wow.
You're fine.
Better than phone sex operators I talk to.
Oh yeah, you're coming in. Yeah, he's coming in real clear. Where are we going? Let's see. Sheldon Martin says, "How's your lore hammer hanging?" It's hanging pretty long lore. Sheldon Martin also says
How come I never heard about Warhammer until like 3 months ago?
Because just like me, two
didn't
and
get
a
that
half
much.
years ago, I had my head up my ass, and you've had it most of your life now. So, yeah.
Were you ever into game stuff?
No, but I
he's not a
remember
gamer.
like Vampire the Masquerade and all of that random stuff. I just can't believe I don't remember Warhammer.
I think it's
Yeah,
'cause-
wargaming was a whole different crowd than especially the Vampire the Masquerade kids.
I do think one of the reasons is if you are into Warhammer besides the lore, like in the actual gaming, you got to invest a lot. It's way more than.
It's very expensive.
It's super expensive. Like the figurines.
Is it the
are
one
ridiculous.
where you use like the little figurines?
Yeah.
Or is that just Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, you get the little miniatures and then you have to paint them and
yeah, it's a big old thing and
that's called that was Warhammer this whole time.
That's Warhammer. Well, no, I mean
Since the 80s.
There are stuff. I mean, D&D did have figurines too, but it was you can play D&D without figurines. Warhammer without
Warhammer
figurines.
always seemed like it was more integral to play with the figurines and the whole setups. And
Wasn't there like another game in the 80s and 90s that was like henshin based? You know, like maybe you were giant mechs, T-mech.
it was just called Mech Warrior.
Yeah, Mech Warrior.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember Warhammer though.
Definitely. Let's go on. Flit Amaret says a Horace Hare essay. Oh, Flit. Essay, that's crazy. That's what Sheldon said. Essay, that's crazy.
BattleTech. Thank you, Larry.
That was the one.
You.
BattleTech, and BattleTech. It has a lot of lore too, and it's very deep if you know it. But it's not quite as layered as Warhammer. But BattleTech definitely has amazing factions and there's a story behind it and everything. It's pretty cool.
I just can't believe that, like in the Portland metro area, I never heard of this Warhammer thing earlier.
It's because they're a bunch of fucking hippies. They don't want to play. Basically, this game is about totalitarian fascism, and they should really dig it now. But
I love totalitarian fascism.
Well, it should be really popular now in Portland because they don't want to admit to it, but that's what they are. Yeah. Sheldon Martin says Amaron's piece is very classy. No bush. Looks good. No bush. No bush. I know that. Okay. Rebel Comics and Gaming. Hey, what's up, Larry? You are not popping up on my notifications, James. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I did put out I did put it out of an advance, and
put it out.
I did. I put out hard.
I'm gonna put you out on the street, Trick.
Yep, that's right. Turn me out. Make a
Thank
dollar.
you, Flint.
Okay. Rebel Gaming says I got a Warhammer. Do you? That's awesome. I have a Polynesian Warhammer I bought at the Polynesian Cultural Center. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And then he says Hail Mogwai. That's interesting. Hail Mogwai. And then Risey Lee chimes in with a Hail Mogwai and all that stuff, LOL, and then more Hail Mogwai. What's hailing Mogwais? Wait, I like Star Treks too, says Flit Amaranth. Oh, no. Yeah.
See, you didn't know this, Jimmy, but we're the Mogwai Mafia. You probably didn't know that.
I did not know that. I thought it's something I have to stow away and never think about again. Sheldon Martin, that's not very attractive to the ladies. Attractive? Attractive. Oh, there we go. That's not very attractive to the ladies.
Use your word.
Jim is making new words today.
Sorry, that was my bad. My bad. It was a good one. It's a good one, Sheldon. That was a good
You're
one.
kind of behind on the chat there, Jim. That's
I
okay.
know. I know I'm way behind. We have 5 people in the chat currently right now, and let me
5 sexy people.
how many people have liked so far? I'm just wondering. I want to know.
6 sexy people.
6 sexy people have liked. Fantastic.
7 sexy people.
Oh boy. There we go. And let's see. I was a little bit behind. That's
Out
true.
of these 7, only 1 will survive.
Flint Hammer says that's why you don't tell them that you're Trekkers or Trekkies, depending on which faction you join. Sheldon Martin says a little bit of a hot mic there. Somebody, is that me? Who's the hot mic? Is it probably Matt? Matt was hot earlier when he was doing the voice of Todd McFarlane.
I was. Was it too loud? I'm sorry if it was too loud.
I think just
It was viciously loud.
Pull back a little bit from the mic. That's
okay. I'm sorry. Is this better where I'm at right now, leaning back?
You're nice, as long as you're not doing joke.
Sometimes I like to get right up on that motherfucker like it's a big black cock and just really work it.
Okay.
Just put my nose on it and just.
Okay.
That's what I like to do.
That's too much information section.
Flit's gonna clip that for.
Flit is going to clip
release
that
later.
He
That in my
for
thing about
fapping
totalitarian
uses.
fascism.
That's what Flit's going to do. Let's get Flit. Flit says just needs to back away from the mic a bit. Yep, that was his advice, and then it'll be fine. Sheldon says, Flit, aren't you an artist? How come you're not drawing? That's a good question, Sheldon. Flit, how come you're not drawing? Flit. Oh, he couldn't be a
Flit.
He's probably going to go because I couldn't mod, and he gets all shy. Here's the weird thing about people don't know about Flit. Not only is he a good artist, Flit also has a good speaking voice that he does not want to use, and that's very strange for me. Anyway, and then Rebel Comics and Gaming BattleTech. Okay.
Jeez, Jimmy, get it together.
Yeah.
A little late on that, but okay.
I know. I'm behind. Yeah. Yeah. Sheldon says, didn't they make a flashlight for Warhammer? They probably made a fleshlight for Warhammer.
I think that's what he meant.
Maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Yep, it's a fleshlight, and on the other end is like a chainsword. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The more I hear about this, the less the less kind of want to know about it.
Well, no, I think that would probably only among the worshippers of Slanesh or the Drukhari. They're into that crazy shit. Clipping that for later use. Yep, that's what he said. He's gonna get you. It's gonna get you there, Crypto.
Jimmy, stop reading the freaking chat.
Why? What do you want to talk?
Talk to the artists about their projects.
Well, we have 2.5 hours to fill here.
Dude, we're 2.5 hours. Dude, it's already 8:47 where I'm at.
Well, you can always go to sleep.
That means like an hour 12 minutes, right? 72 minutes.
I don't know. All right.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
How long does this competition last?
Matt's 2.5 hours today because we have an extra character. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you understand. Yep.
So another hour and 45 minutes of Warhammer.
You can go get a coffee, and
I do like a coffee.
Go get coffee and smoke a blunt or whatever.
I don't smoke blunts. That's gross.
Chew your gummy bears.
Tobacco.
Whatever.
I don't chew tobacco. I don't do gummy bears. I don't do anything.
Get a brownie, whatever it is, however you want to
do
it.
any of that.
Take a mint.
It's for the other people's.
That's okay. Armor on. I'm seeing a nice pair of buttocks. Buttocks.
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah. Moving along down to beautiful Eric Hodgson.
Who's Armor? What is it?
Armor on.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
He's from down under. He's another Aussie.
Oh, is he a bloody bogan though, like Rozzy, mate?
No, not really.
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like a bogan. It barely sounds like it. It doesn't sound like a true blue.
True blue. Oh well, that's all right.
Have you had a drink today?
Eric Hodgson. He's got fleur de lis on his
Yeah.
young lady too, right there. There you go, right on the tatas. Fantastic. It's coming along, looking good. I think he's a official assassinorum right there, doing that. Good job. And going down to Humble Marty. Ooh, look at that.
She is so humble.
She is humble. She's getting better.
You know what's really humble? To put the word humble in your name.
That's right. That proves your humility.
It does.
Maybe I should do that. Humbled Slick Jemmy. Yeah. We don't hear.
Vestal Marty.
Vestal
Marty.
Is Marty going to talk? Did we lose her?
Me?
Oh, there she is. There she is.
No, we're talking about Marty. Male humble Marty.
Yeah. Then we go down the line to Illustrator Monk, who is also very humble. Look at that. And then we got Butox too there. Another he likes to ass. He's been touting the ass all week, and he did it. He's done it.
Phil draws those nips.
Uh-oh. You're gonna go look
it's
at Phil's.
It's like he's got his sights set on Monk. He doesn't care about winning this competition. What he cares about is beating Illustrator Monk.
Those nipples could cut glass, man.
It's my life. I spend all day on his Twitter just refreshing it constantly, going, "You son of a bitch, post something good." And then every time he does, I'm like, "God damn it!" And then I just grab my paper and I just draw furiously, and then I sit there and I show it off to all my friends.
Well, that's what
And
happens.
they're like, "Dude, you need to relax. You need to calm down."
I think you're becoming obsessive about Illustrator Monk.
You know, I've made him my arch nemesis, and it's been the most uplifting experience of my life. I owe so much to him.
But the sad thing is, I don't think that Illustrator Monk even knows who you are.
No, I don't even think he knows I exist, and that's why it's so wonderful.
All right, moving down the line to Danny Vegas.
He'll never see Phil coming.
Look, you'll never see Phil coming. He'll come up behind you. But Danny Vegas is here. It looks like I think those are elves. Are those elves? I'm not sure.
No.
Did you ever see that movie Cape Fear with Robert
This
De
one is an
Niro?
elf.
Oh, okay. One elf. Cape Fear with Robert De Niro. Yes, I saw that. That was a remake, by the way.
I'm not sure who this other one is. I just found the reference and I thought
That's like Phil and Illustrator Monk's relationship.
Oh wow, that's so perfect.
That is perfect. It's very cat. Go away.
I'm just gonna look like somehow hang beneath his car.
Oh boy. Here we go.
See, that's
that's good.
I got the reference from.
Oh, nice. Okay, we're going down to the end of the list. We got Bad Ankle Bill, William Blankenship.
Guys, we're talking about humility. I was just talking with my girlfriend about that lately. I think I told you before. She's like a very sincere Christian person, and I'm a very differently abled in terms of my spirituality. But she said I was planning on moving out to the West Coast very recently, and kind of with the coronavirus. I don't know if you have to edit that. I hear a lot of channels editing themselves when they're talking about it. Yeah. But she said, well, that's just God's way of telling you, that you weren't supposed to do that. And I was like, well, I'm having a bit of a hard time remaining humble when you explain to me that God created a worldwide pandemic just to interfere with my plans. So I struggle with humility.
Yeah.
I've got to the gag on this. This piece so far.
Everybody knows it's a Bill-centric universe.
Yeah, I've got to the gag on this piece so far. Whenever I remember you said, I think you said have them fighting over something absurd, and the most absurd thing I could think of, like two mech'd outs, pinup babes fighting over is the last piece of pizza.
Yep, that works just fantastically.
That's someone mentioned cake, so cheesecake, so I put an actual cake.
I wanted to lighten up the 40K thing a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna receive DMs and Twitter. Heresy.
Yes, heresy, and it might happen. You never know if the certain part of the Warhammer gets a whiff of this, they'll become marching in and yelling about that's not canon. Whatever. Flit says we're clipping as well. That's weird. All right, well.
Clipping?
Yeah,
You're clipping.
I guess I'm
Your
clicking.
face is clipping.
Hey, don't say that. That hurt my feelings.
Oh, you're like way back in the fucking Jimmy.
What? No, I'm not.
Sheldon Martin says, I too am incredibly humble.
Yes, he does.
Flit Amaranth says, Phil got that Illustrator Monk hate boner.
Go on.
I'll let him go on.
He also has got that hot mic that's a little that the EQ's up a little high. Rice Lee,
Okay.
Cape Fear. Effing love that movie. It's quite the ride. Yeah. I don't call it the C virus. I call it the woo, because nobody seems to be hitting me for that. The woo.
Yeah, but that's racist.
Yeah, that's all right. I can live with that. Because I got we have the Rocky Mountain fever around here, so that'd be racist towards me.
I'm going to step away for just a second since we got a whole 2.5 hours going, but I'll be right back and I'll leave this up where it's at.
All right, go do what you got to do.
Isn't Rocky Mountain fever people who like to eat like hog balls or something like that?
That's one interpretation, I suppose.
Testicles.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters is what you're referring to, but I don't think you get the fever from it.
I'm pretty sure some people have that fever.
Maybe.
Hey, did you guys ever see that movie, The Fan, with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, I think that's
that's also a lot like the relationship between Phil and Illustrator Monk.
I like that.
Except that movie was a flop, as opposed to Cape Fear when he was stalking Nicholas. Wait,
Nicholas Cage?
What's his name? Not Nicholas Cage. No. His name. What's his name? From 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy and freaking
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he stalked Nick Nolte in Cape Fear, and this he stalks Wesley Snipes.
It's not as good. Yeah, not as good.
No, it's not.
Cape Fear's scary.
Just because, like, Wesley Snipes would just like beat the living shit out of Robert De Niro if he was stalking him. Whereas Nick Nolte, yeah, I can believe that Robert De Niro would probably terrorize Nick Nolte's family.
Yeah. This is true. It's true. You don't want to mess with Blade. Don't want to mess with Blade. All right.
No, you don't want to mess with Blade.
Simon Phoenix
or Robert De Niro if Blade's not around.
Right. Well, now you could probably mess with De Niro and he just kind of spurg out and flop around on the floor. But
you know, another Nick Nolte movie that sucked.
That one,
Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Well, that one's bad. But what about that one, I Love Trouble, with Julia Roberts?
Oh, everybody likes that movie if they've seen it.
But
what about that one where
Nick
he
Nolte
was like the dad of this like giant green guy? God, what was it? Mulholland Falls? Mulholland Drive?
Mulholland Drive was that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Ang Lee in the driver's seat.
Yeah, you know, and he's like, you know, don't make me Ang Lee. You wouldn't like me when I'm Ang Lee.
Then you know, the green guy starts throwing all these green doves all over the place.
Actually, that movie would have been great if they would have just not had Nick Nolte and his dogs in it.
I disagree.
I really liked Ang Lee's editing style on that film.
Oh, you did? You liked that, huh?
I did, yeah. I thought that it made it more like a comic book.
It did.
You did.
It did. You're right.
Especially that part where he tries to shoot him with a trank. It backfire, or like a grenade or something. And
yeah, it was a grenade.
It bounces off him and hits the back wall behind him, and he just spins around.
I think that everybody would have been a lot less, you know, angsty.
Don't be angry.
Angry in that movie if the big green guy did some pot farming with his dad. That would have been awesome.
Pot farming?
Pot farming.
I didn't know that
Eric
marijuana was actually like. First of all, I didn't know he was Australian, and second of all, I didn't know that he was supposed to have been a comedian before he was like an actor. And then I went and I looked up some of his comedy, and he's so god awful that I was so happy that I got to see him get killed in Troy. I used to feel bad about that scene because, like, Brad Pitt was obviously going to smoke him, and that whole fight is so long and drawn out, but that the Hulk is going to get killed by Brad Pitt. And then when he does, I was like, oh man, I feel so bad. Because, his girl had to watch it, and, his brother, and, his dad, and I was like, oh, man, this sucks. But then I watched his comedy, and I was like, oh, thank God I got to watch you die.
You should watch Chopper. He was great in Chopper.
It was.
Is that how they would say it, though?
Armoron, how would you say Chopper?
Chopper's accent, his cadence is very difficult for me to do. I want to master my Chopper impression so I can do it, but only Aussies would get it. Americans would just be like, I don't get it.
Not me.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to do it.
Eric Bana was also good in the movie The Castle, which is another Aussie movie.
I thought Eric Bana was also great
Serenity.
as Humongous. It was awesome.
He was also great as Nero in Star Trek.
Yeah.
I think he was great in The Time Traveler's Wife.
Jeez. Okay.
No? Nobody else does? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know if it's.
Risey Lee
I don't
says.
watch shows, so
Risey Lee says Wesley Snipes only fears the taxman. This is true.
He was also really good in The Other Boleyn Girl. That movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last movie I liked Scarlett Johansson in.
Sheldon Martin, you liked I Love Trouble? I don't know. Apparently, Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte absolutely hated each other.
Yeah, I've heard that Julia Roberts is kind of like a real whiny person. Pampered. Very pampered person.
Spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten, yeah.
Flit Emmerich
I don't
says,
believe that. She was just in that space movie with George Clooney, and she was fine in that. She didn't whine at all.
That was Sandra Bullock.
I've heard it both ways.
Flit Emmerich says, what about the one with the many protruding tentacles of the violating tentacle monster? Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, Flit. Oh, boy. That is very Warhammer, though. That could happen with Slanesh easily. I'm just saying. Risey Lee, I've seen that one. Bloody good movie, Flit. I bet he's seen all of that movie. Yeah, let's look down the line. Right on. Excellent.
Nobody gives a shit about Gina Davis anymore.
Yeah, what happened to Gina Davis?
She was a pirate.
Yeah,
I think she made the Cutthroat Island and the Long Kiss Goodnight killed her career.
See, I liked the Long Kiss Goodnight. I
like the Long Kiss Goodnight.
Those are both good movies. I enjoyed both of them.
I did not like the pirate one.
I have not seen either of them.
The Long Kiss Goodnight's pretty fun.
I've never seen either of them.
It's a little
starship in it. I don't care.
What is this you're drawing, Amaran? Oh, that's what they're fighting over. Oh, they're fighting over chocolate. I see. All right.
So, you're saying that you are saying that Cutthroat Island is worth watching. I just want to get that.
It's worth watching, but I enjoyed it when I saw it when I was, gosh, how old was I? 12? I don't know.
So you're saying that I shouldn't pirate it?
I mean, if you happen to buy a bay and it's just there, maybe.
Oh, it's got Franklin jelly in it? Oh, it has to be good.
No, it's not. Trust me, it's not. It's a.
You shut up. Do you like Showgirls?
Though.
It's interesting.
Did you know that on the fourth viewing, Showgirls actually kind of becomes a good movie?
Yeah.
Especially if you're high like you usually are.
Did you know that when you've seen it about 300 times, it's impossible to maintain a boner?
especially when you watch her have sex. It kills.
Yeah.
Once you get past all the sex part, there's actually kind of an interesting story going on there.
Gina Gershon was.
Go on.
I'm just saying. I haven't watched it in probably 15 years, but I'd be willing to again.
I bet you guys are the type of people that say, Heaven's Gate was a good movie.
Heaven's Gate was a fucking masterpiece, dude. Are you kidding? Have you actually seen Heaven's Gate?
Wasn't
I'm
that
the kind of person that assumes Heaven's Gate was bad because it was panned because of the cost.
No, it wasn't good. The theatrical version.
Wasn't
the longer version's not
wasn't
bad.
that the weird
Yeah, the longer
cult in
version
like
is good.
Oh,
in the jumpsuits and the sneakers and
oh,
like they thought that there was
Yeah,
like
no,
a
that's
spaceship behind the comet?
that's Heaven in the Hood.
we have Spencer Toons in the house with Josh Spencer from Down Under. We have two Aussies on the panel.
Unbelievable.
Two
Non-bogans,
Aussies.
both
2,
of them.
3, 4,
This is
5, 6,
crazy.
7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people. 8. We've got a full panel tonight.
Oh my god.
So who's
we
down
live?
for the what was it, Showgirls commentary track stream where we watch the movie simultaneously? And,
Is there? I'm gonna find out if
boy.
there's a commentary track right now. I don't know if
we
that's
need to
true.
do one.
I remember Showgirls fondly. That was in the highlight reel of my teenage years.
That's basically what got him started. That and Basic Instinct.
Me?
Yeah, right. Didn't you like Basic
No, I've
Instinct?
never seen Basic Instinct.
You never seen Basic Instinct?
No.
Really?
I just seen that scene like so many times. I'm like, why am I going to bother watching this movie?
Okay.
I've never seen either of those movies. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
You've never seen
I'm
Basic
only going to
Instinct?
watch Basic Instinct for like.
I've never seen Basic Instincts. I've never seen Showgirls. I didn't care.
Have you ever seen?
Have you
Wanton?
seen? Did you watch the Power Rangers movie?
No. Oh, actually, I did.
Original or reboot?
It doesn't matter.
What? Well,
What's
If
the
you
original,
watched,
not
if you
the
watched the
reboot?
Power Ranger movie and you haven't seen those movies, then you need to rethink your life.
Which movies are we talking about?
okay.
Showgirls.
Well, first, the only reason I even went to see the Power Rangers
On
movie is
Basic
because my
Instinct.
little brother wanted to go see the Power Rangers movie. So, as his older brother, I have to go take him to go watch his favorite movie.
Uh-huh.
Which Power Rangers movie?
The first one. The very first one.
First one?
See, I was the little brother in that scenario. I was a huge Power Rangers
No,
fan.
I'm
back then.
the big brother, so I was like, I have no idea what's going on, but okay, let's go watch this. And it was this random theater in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, okay, I'm being a good brother, so thanks for me.
I don't know, man. That smells like a whole heap of bullshit to me.
No, really,
Sounds to me like you were standing there waiting with your ticket,
So,
like it was like Star Wars opening or something.
Okay, I was born in 81. My brother was born in 89. When Power Rangers came out, it was 90-something. And when the movie came out, he was old enough to go. He was old enough to go on and watch the movie. My parents wanted to watch something else, so I had to babysit my brother to go watch the movie.
that's crazy.
Uh-huh. I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
For real.
crazy talk.
Right.
I'll tell you what. Well, I've been thinking of movies that you could watch because of the stuff going around the woo, and one is Love in the Time of Cholera. You could watch that. It's a good French film.
Well, you can watch the movie Pandemic.
Yeah, Pandemic.
You can watch
that.
Outbreak, yeah. Outbreak's good.
Outbreak. That's another one.
Or Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Evolution's so good.
I love Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the dry delivery. David Duchovny is like, just the way he delivered all his lines. And like,
Great,
you
Google
don't give
movie.
a shit about where you are, do you?
It's in the suit. It's in the suit. We're gonna have to lose the leg. Take your leg. Don't take my leg. It's moving up to your groin. Take the leg. Take the leg.
Sweep the leg. Another one that you could watch that's apropos to this time period would be Flesh and Blood with Rutger Hauer and Jennifer Jason Leigh, where people are trapped inside of a castle with the plague outside, and they slowly kind of go crazy and have orgies and shit. It's interesting.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. There you go.
That's
I love that movie. It's a good one.
Yeah. It's It's one of those things. The Andromeda strain as well. There's another one.
Another
that's
good
a
one is Superman Returns with Brandon Routh.
Y'all gotta still keep giving Brandon shit.
What about Philadelphia? That's about a virus.
Philadelphia. Yeah, that is about a virus. Just a little different virus, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 28 days later.
Amusingly enough, the AIDS virus and the Wu are both retroviruses. So
They've been around a while.
That's so retro. Retro is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have before it was cool.
So are you gonna draw, Spencer, Mr. Spencer?
I'm drawing something, but it's not what's involved in the.
Oh, you're not.
challenge.
You're just here to be.
He's just here to give his colorful.
Right.
I'm gonna give my colored commentary.
We know how he is. He's going to wait until 10 minutes before we're done, and then he's going to bang something out.
Right?
Probably.
And then win the entire challenge on just that.
I never won doing that.
That's the emphasis is on bang. Yeah. We got 7 people in the chat. Wonderful, 7 people. It's fantastic.
Hail.
Tank Ferret is in the chat. He's why aren't you in here, Tank? Maybe you can't get in
I
here
saw
now.
Tank in here.
No, I think we filled up. He should have been in here, because he's a guy who likes Warhammer too. So Tank, if you want to do a Warhammer little Warhammer piece, we wouldn't mind. But he's also trying to finish up his Scalpel Zero. So yeah. Barb Rogers, Gun Girl. I do not know Barb Rogers, but she says La Femme de Sade. Yes, that's true. We got some background noise going on. So
yeah, sorry. I'm gonna have to mute myself.
Yeah. Spencer lives with people, and these people are often very, very vocal.
Oh my God! Last week, Jesus, give me a.
Well, everyone is home because of the China.
Oh yeah, because of
China. I know China very well.
Woo.
I tend to just keep myself muted because I'm like the loudest breather in the world. Anytime I stream myself and I don't mute in between rambling, right. I just sounds like Darth Vader's like really like creepy cousin.
It comes to be years of doing prank phone calls.
My favorite thing to do is when Jimmy talks for too long, I like to get really close to my microphone and just breathe into it.
You bastard. I never talk too long. That's not true.
Well, you know.
All right, let's go down the panel and see what's going on. Look at this. Oh, Amaron's got stuff going on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's some armor right there. Some offensive armor. Tell you what. Pokey. All right.
I'm drawing something else that they're fighting over. I won't reveal it until the end.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Moving down the line. We got Eric Hodson. He's putting in his blues, and we're gonna see what happens after this. Probably gonna do some inks. Moving down to Humble Marty. She's got the chain swords going on. Double chain swords. Woo! Double chain swords. That's some badass shit right there. Going over to the Illustrator Monk. Sorry, I had to cough. Doing his inking. Putting it in. Yeah, excellent. Moving down the panel. Phil with it must be cold wherever these ladies are.
It's very cold.
Very cold. The depths of space.
It's actually in the Eye of Terror, where it is known to be very, very brisk.
That's what they say. Unless you're, in one of those hell worlds, and then shit goes a little more temperature. We're gonna skip over Josh because he's not doing anything, and then we got Daniel Techvania. Well, I think I see a joint. There we go. Oh, there we go. 2 girls crossing swords, and we'll see what happens with those ladies. Moving down to Bad Ankle Bill. Bad Ankle Bill is taking...
I am looking at some reference for these chain swords. I'm going to put one in the hand of this sort of weird tech angel tech punk kind of angel character that I saw. I have no clue what any of these factions are. You just spouted off like all the lore, and I'm just like, okay, that looks.
That
cool.
wasn't even one little, the like hundredth of the lore. But anyway.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah. And I went on too long, apparently, according to Phil.
I didn't say that. No, it's fine when you want to talk about Warhammer, but
But I think Matt would disagree. I talk on about Warhammer, and then his eyes start to glaze over, and then his head eventually hits the desk in front of him, and we hear a loud quack.
Yeah. For some reason, I heard Attack of the Warhammer. I'm like, when did it emerge? Was Attack of the Titans?
Attack of Titans and Warhammer. I think Warhammer would destroy those Titans.
Attack of the Titties. That's what we're doing here tonight.
But there are Titans in Warhammer too, but they're mech Titans.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, those Titans are actually cool.
They are really cool.
They aren't giant neck and muscle people?
No. But that would be cool if they made Titans like naked people. That would be cool. Just thinking about that. Okay. Sheldon Martin says, I remember thinking Jean Triplehorn was hotter than Sharon Stone in that one movie.
How dare you?
It's because you like trannies. No big whoop.
I'm
not judging.
Sheldon, Jean Triplehorn. She's a trap.
Fine.
She's a trap.
Our friend Muir likes Ladyboys also.
I'm sorry. Where is Muir? I haven't seen him for a while.
With a Ladyboy, maybe.
Oh boy.
Lady boy, not oh boy. Lady boy.
Same lady boy. And then
That's our Henry's little sister.
Yes. To be honest, I'm with Danny Vegas. I've never seen those movies either. Well, it's because you guys are young and inexperienced.
Yeah.
Wait, so 38 is still young?
Yeah.
Younger than me. I could have babysat your ass.
Good point.
I'm 36, so I'm feeling pretty good about this conversation.
Tank Ferret, Showgirls was the logical continuation to Saved by the Bell. This is true. This is a very unknown truth, but it is very much the truth. Tank Ferret, who is using the drive-through live stream?
I'd rather watch Showgirls than Striptease, though.
That would be Phil. Striptease? Yeah.
Demi Moore? Burt Reynolds?
No. It was
I think Ving Rhames was pretty great in that movie, though.
Yeah. All right.
What was that movie? What was the movie? Was Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton?
So Flit Amaranth
says, "Best little whorehouse in Texas."
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, the biggest letdown as a kid, because we were poor. We had to record the movies that we rented. Biggest letdown as a kid, because there, you go through there. Some of the movies that my mom recorded, they were more for adults. So you got a few titty scenes in there. You can fucking rub one out too. And I see the best little whorehouse in Texas, and I am like, "Yep, jackpots." That's obviously got to be a movie with a lot of naked ladies and tits and sex.
Nope.
Oh my God!
You just had to see that Dolly Parton was in it. You had to see Dolly Parton was in to know that.
It's Dolly Parton. She's never going to do something like that.
If you wanted that, you want Porky's or like Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah,
or 16 Candles had a scene in it that was kind of shocking to me.
Ski School.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ski School. Yes.
Car Wash. Yeah,
that's one of Matt's
Miracle
favorite
Beach.
Ski School.
And Ski School, man. Those are the two best movies ever made. All because of Dean Cameron.
Dean Cameron.
Who some people know from Chainsaw in, is that Summer School?
Yeah. Flit Amaranth says Phil has a new nickname. Phil, would you like fries with that Connect?
Who's banging?
Okay,
Man.
somebody here to knock it?
Banging one out.
Yeah, you need to let that person out.
Barb Rogers, Gun Girl says, I can't leave the super chat.
Mike picks up so much.
Barb Rogers, if you're still in the chat, that's because we're not monetized. I only have like 240 stubs. So yeah, you'd have to PayPal that to me,
sexy
and
little subs.
that's the way it goes. If you want, you could go buy my comic if you haven't already. It's Little Girl Lethal on Indiegogo. It's still in demand. You can pick up a copy. It's very sexy, very, very sexy. There's the modest and the immodest version. The modest is still risque, but the immodest is the full Monty. Just letting you know. All right.
Full Monty?
Fully.
Full Monty. Wang dang doodle. Okay. Okay.
I'll drop the link in the chat. If that's all right.
If you want, that'll be great.
Hey, you know who has 1,333 sexy subscribers?
Who's that?
Me.
Oh my gosh. That just makes me kind of turgid. Oh my goodness. Flit Amaret says, oh, by the way, Barb Rogers, Girl Gun, thumbs up and shared anyway. Thank you, Barb. You're a sweet lady.
Hey, you guys know who has 1,333 subs and still can't get a comic book funded on Indiegogo?
Who would that be?
Yes.
Oh, it's also still me.
Oh, no, that does not make me turgid. It's sad.
Sorry.
But if somebody goes and buys Little Girl Lethal tonight, well, you still can. Maybe Jimmy will pay me money someday for something.
Someday. In fact, I probably could pay you today if you're really nice. And you don't call me names. Make fun.
I don't call you names, dude.
Fun of me having run-on sentences and being
I call you a
boring.
boomer. And I make fun of you for that.
It's so hurtful. You're so hurtful.
And
why do you do that? I've been stuck on Bill Blankenship again.
I mean, if you're gonna get stuck on anybody, baby.
Oh my goodness!
Right?
He's so humble. The humility just pumping off that guy. No hubris whatsoever.
Humble Ankle Bill. That's what they call him.
If you guys only knew the depths of insecurities that dwell in the black heart that is my soul, and that this is all just a character for show to entertain you, silly folks.
Dance, monkey, dance. Okay, Tank Ferret says, does this Phil, would you like fries with that Connect, have an Instagram? Does anyone have an Instagram? Is Instagram even real? That's what Tank Ferret has asked.
Yeah, I got Instagram.
I have an Instagram with, I think, 2 things on it because I have never really paid attention to it. Yeah. Flit Amaret, Spencer is here just for the moral support. This is true. And then he just clicks out, has to deal with his flatmates and yada yada yada. Yeah. Matt, do you want to stop yawning and fill in the space?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted. Hold on.
Well, this is why you mute your mic, folks.
That's right. I'm just boring him at this point.
I think my Instagram is MetaChain242.
Mm-hmm.
And it is off the meta chain.
Check out my OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
Crypto Comics.
Oh, there you go. Sheldon Martin says Spencer doesn't have to draw. Spencer doesn't have to draw? No, it's a question. Apparently not. He had the link and he decided to jump in and then just jump out. And yeah, that's how Spencer rolls. He's too good for us now. Just has to fill up the space. Flit Hammer says shenanigans. This is true. Shenanigans. He's just here for, displacing nitrogen and oxygen on the other side of the world.
Thank God, I couldn't imagine being so far behind in this chat.
Well, dude, I've been talking to your. It's not that far. I'm not. Zach.
Scrolling down.
Scrolling down.
He doesn't do that anymore because he doesn't do any of that stuff.
No, he doesn't do it at all. Is my mic too hot? Anybody? Is it not? Is it too bad? Am I too loud sometimes? Am I hurting your ears?
I think it's hot.
It's
No,
hot.
sound good on this end.
Okay. I do stand back a little bit from the mic.
I'm okay, but
because if I can't, you'd really notice if I was right up here.
Yeah.
Do that very white voice.
That's how you do late night radio.
Yeah.
Because you get really close to the mic and go,
"Baby
"What are you doing, baby?"
I wish they would have did that on Art Bell.
Yeah, Art Bell would be actually really fun to listen to if they did
Welcome
Art
to
Bell.
Coast to Coast, Liz.
Coast to Coast with the Art Bell.
I'm gonna be your shadow person.
Alternative is
Have you
that
been
lady
probed
talking
lately, baby?
for kind of like a Loveline late night radio show.
Yeah.
We're gonna go deep underground, baby.
I'm gonna show you my George Norrie.
Goodness.
You took it too far there.
We
I did?
I'm upset.
Oh, calm down.
What up,
I'm
girl?
upset.
Calm down.
Girl, when's the last time you talked about the lizard people?
You won me back.
Let's get us fully demonetized or
Fully
QAnon.
demonetized. They're turning the frogs gay.
Would you like to have a little bit of QAnon later?
Ladies, let's get that third eye gaping wide open. Let's stretch that third eye.
Oh my goodness, my goodness, we have degenerated. It's everybody's followers of Slanesh now because we're all degenerates.
Marty's going to chime in with something awesome right now.
Come on, Marty, lay it on us. Lay that sagacity on us.
Kiss the corona, catch the woo.
Oh boy. Now what? We are going to get fully throttled by YouTube for that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't get kicked off.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Sorry.
Sheldon Martin says if it was a hell world, they would be in the brown eye of terror. Oh.
How do you know this isn't Hell World? It's just like lame Hell World.
Yeah, we live in hell world. It's just utterly.
Well, they just like make you wait
for the torture. We're waiting until the end of life, and then all of us are going to the lake of fire and brimstone. It's just no matter what we do. Flint Hammer says the fleur-de-lis on these girls' armor is the closest the French have ever been to greatness. Come at me. Well, actually, the French were pretty good until they lost the flower of their nobility in the fight with the Russians. Yeah.
Go on.
That's pretty much it. And then they learned how to wave a white flag or contract other people to be their fighters for them.
Yeah.
Best musical or second ever made. What? I don't know what Sheldon's talking about there.
Sheldon likes.
There's only two musicals worth mentioning. That's Rocky Horror Picture Show and what's the one with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
I don't
There's
know.
a lot more than that.
If
you're a homosexual.
I'm a big fan of Man of La Mancha, but that's just me. Not the movie. Not the movie.
I like Rent in Chicago and Oklahoma.
I don't know. I kind of like the guys. I kind of like Guys and Dolls because it had Brando.
If you watch that old, God, what was that? It was the first movie that Trey and Matt did about the cannibal.
The musical.
Was it Cannibal? Yeah, Cannibal the musical.
Cannibal the musical.
And in their fake commercial for it, they mention Oklahoma, and I never heard of it.
Yeah. I think another great musical is also South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh yeah. Actually, that is even one of the members of Rodgers and Hammerstein, the duo, who was known for a lot of musicals. Apparently, sent them a fan letter saying how much that they like how highly they held it as a musical.
Yeah.
Not sure who that is, but okay.
Rodgers and Hammerstein were like known for writing musicals back in the day.
Yeah. You got called out by Flit
would not possibly know.
You got called out by Flit Amaranth, Crypto, for being late to the party as usual.
Flit Amaranth can go suck a fat toe.
Yeah, well, Crypto he's fashionably late. He's he knows that if he shows up too early, all of the finger food will be still fresh. He likes it. He likes it stale. So, yeah. Tank Ferret says zipper noise. My Instagram has over 2,100 followers. Thump. Oh, you think you're so badass with your big, huge Instagram?
We're gonna pump it up.
Pump up the jam.
We have 9 people in the chat currently. That's very
9
nice.
Sexy people.
Yeah, people don't realize that the people in the chat of the Cheesecake Challenge are the sexiest people on the planet. Yeah,
Yeah, they're sexy. The sexiest incels around.
That's right. Ah, Cannibal the Musical. That was wonderful. I loved it. It's almost as good as basketball.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one that they did? Orgasmo.
Yeah, that one was good too.
All right.
I mean, it
Well,
was
let's
real
go.
like sophomore high school, but it was still entertaining.
It was, and they weren't very clear on Mormon doctrine, but that's all right. I'll let them have it. Going down the.
They also weren't very clear on different kinds of kung fu.
This is true. And we're not clear at all. We got armor on, doing these young ladies, and that is quite the view we have there of that chaos gal. Definitely. You can tell it's a chaos gal because of the tattoo on the leg with the 8-pointed ring. And that is a symbol of chaos. Moving onwards, we have Eric Hodson, and things are coming together. He's doing the inking. It's coming on, yeah. Very nice. We're going down to Humble Marty. She's doing the inking as well. A little bit line art over the color. Definitely got the chainsword going. Yep. And going down to Illustrator Monk, our most talkative panel member. And he's working on the bum right now of that young lady. Definitely. Moving down towards Phil. Phil is pixelated for me. I don't know if it is for you, but he's working Copics right now. Furiously trying to outdo Illustrator Monk as their rivalry continues. The epic rivalry of Phil Connect and Illustrator Monk. Going to Spencer. Josh Spencer. There's no one there at Josh Spencer, just his icon. He's probably fapping in a corner. Then we move down to Daniel Tech Vega, who is always fapping in the corner, but also making great art. There we go. And then finally, Bad Ankle Bill, who has some nipplage poking out here and there. We appreciate nipplage. Not sure what's going on, but it's definitely happening. Slicing that last piece of pizza, it's very important. What kind of pizza is that? Is this regular pepperoni, or we got some anchovies, some green olives?
There's a couple mushrooms on there. I like to mix it up a little bit. I like to get a little wild whenever I order pizza.
So if it's mushrooms in this universe, it's probably little orklings, little tiny. What do they call those, Phil?
Snotlings.
Snotlings, little snotling pizzas right there. Yeah.
Okay. Did Warhammer kind of introduce the concept of the Space Marine, or at least that terminology, into the sort of general lexicon?
Pretty much, yeah.
More or less.
Okay, I was just curious. I thought so.
So, I mean, there has been other Space Marine type of things, like Halo and so forth. And
yeah, they just kind of coined the phrase.
Metal Gear Solid is pretty much a Space Marine too, but these Space Marines, which none of those guys could even... Yeah, the only thing that I think actually could give the world, the universe of Warhammer a run for its money is probably Robotech or Gundam.
That's Mecha.
Yeah, and they have mecha stuff, but somebody dropped out. Who dropped out? Oh, Illustrator Monk dropped out. He'll probably come back. And somebody else dropped out. Nope, nobody else dropped out. Okay, good.
That's fear.
Is it fear? Do you think he's
That's fear.
He's scared of you? All right. Well, we got 7 people in the chat. We're up to 9, but now it's 7. Some people have decided to go do other things. It's fine. Sheldon does another nice little play on words. Rogers and Warhammerstein. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
There it is. That's that good old-fashioned humor.
Yep, definitely. For Emirates says Kevin Ogilvy was in Repo, skinny puppy. Sheldon
Was he the inventor of the Oglesby home penis?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. So I'll let it ride. Oh, look who's back! Back again. Curses. You gotta start working harder. Sheldon Martin says, "We are the sexiest people?" ? I thought I was feeling sexy. I just thought it was the oysters I ate earlier.
I was having audio and video issues.
That's all right. Do what you got to do. Flit Amber says oysters equals +2 charisma. Yes, this is true. And also now Phil's camera output matches his mic.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah. Things are going weird over
They say it
there.
looks fine for me.
Yeah, well, that's it's interesting. We can kind of make out the nipples, but we'll see. Tank
That's a
Fair.
shame.
Yeah, no, it's sad. It's a sad day. Tank Fair says, when you all post these, be sure to include the hashtag 40K, hashtag Warhammer 40K, hashtag Cheesecake, hashtag Cheesecake Challenge. Thank you for the yeah, that's a good thing to tell us. I did put
Tell me how to live my
Warhammer.
life.
I did put Warhammer 40K in my videos. What do they call the hyperlink things?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I watch all the Warhammer people descend upon us like locusts.
Yeah.
Mercy.
Flit Amaranth says, after checking out Little Girl Lethal, go check out the horror anthology Secret Comics Presents
Someone's dying.
by
Who has
Nasser
coronavirus in the background?
Yeah.
and Jason Robinson.
I can hear someone gagging in the background.
Oh, that's probably my dad.
He's got the corona?
No, he had a
The Chinese
surgery.
virus?
No, he had a nose surgery, and so well, he's having fun dealing with it.
Flit Amaranth says, I need to hit that 30K stretch goal because I need to see Bald Nasser. Bald Nasser? Yeah, I guess that's something you want to see, if he's going to do that down there. I guess that's your kink there, Flit.
Jeez.
Let me mute it for a bit.
Yeah. I already know who's to fucking blame for that.
Flit, I don't mind if you post anything in there. You've been a good mod. Do whatever you like. Do Golma if you can. I mean, I like Golma. And I also like Jack Irons. So yeah. But anybody else you want to throw in there to let people know who happen to be watching this? We're down to 6 people, six stalwarts hanging out in chat.
6 stalwarts.
Yep. That's how it is. We got a little bit less than an hour currently. So, Matt, are you okay? Do you need to go get coffee or do you need to go take a dump? Something like that?
I can't drink any more of this Dr. Pepper.
Why are you drinking
taking
Dr. Pepper, man?
5 swallows and it just I can't drink pop anymore. It makes me freaking just not feel good.
Well, it cuts your breath.
You get gassy.
Yeah.
I don't get gassy. It's just like sugar
Well,
water.
you sound
It's
gassy.
as fuck.
He always sounds gassy.
gassy.
He's that's
Shut
his
up.
modus operandi.
I'm just saying, you sound gassy.
He's just full of hot air. That's how he is. We love him for it.
Yeah.
I have to have my China because China now,
Who's that?
China very well. China.
Who's that? It's this one guy. He used to be on television.
Who is it?
It's your president. Are you triggered?
Phantom of
It's
the Rock
everybody's
Opera.
president.
That's what Terrence.
He's not my president. Hashtag not my president.
In fact, he's not just everyone's president. He's the greatest president of the last 100 years.
Wow,
I think so.
That's a statement right there.
Yeah, just give him 4 more. Give him 8 more. Give him 8 more.
I thought Truman was better.
Yeah,
I thought Madison was better personally,
I
but
thought Gerald Ford was better.
Gerald Ford. Yeah,
That's
Gerald Ford was
ridiculous.
pretty good. He was a
Why? Nobody talks shit about Gerald Ford.
He was an
I mean,
Eagle Scout.
Let's face it. He must have been pretty good.
He
Nobody
was a
talks about
klutzy
him.
Eagle Scout. One term klutzy Eagle Scout. What's to not like about him? He's a potato-headed klutzy Eagle Scout.
Carter was better.
And he liked to fall down steps and shit. And
Just one accent.
and he was good at pardoning too. He was very good at pardoning. So I mean, there's nothing. Not
Pardon
to
me,
love
but
about
I
Ford.
like Donald J. Trump.
He also was distantly related to Henry Ford. That's nice too.
I'm a Calvin Coolidge man myself.
Calvin Coolidge, he was dope. He wasn't a dope. He was dope.
I like James K. Polk.
Do you like Polk? He liked Polk.
I do a lot.
Yeah. I like Garfield until what happened.
I like him until he gets that lasagna in him, and then he's got too much sass.
Oh boy.
I like that. Michelle Obama. She was pretty good.
You like that? But she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she president? I can't remember.
She's, I mean, she's a real.
She was first lady.
That's so racist.
She really filled out a.
It's not racist. It's sexist.
She really filled out a jockstrap.
Yeah, she did. She filled out a jockstrap.
It's a man, baby. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure she's a very nice person.
Oh no, I mean it could be interpreted so many ways. I wasn't even meaning the whole that conspiracy theory of her actually being somewhat of a transsexual type of person. I meant this, that Obama was.
Well, one thing you can say about her, she's definitely not transracial.
She's just his handler for the CIA.
She's no Rachel Dolezal. She's definitely not transracial. Now her husband, on the other hand, I'm not sure.
All right.
Dead air. Oh, we got 8 people in the chat. Wonderful. Flithammer says Jimmy thinks Truman was better because that was the first person he could. Oh, very funny. No, he was the bomb, literally.
Okay, that was me. Damn it.
All right.
That's it. You've got the corona. You've come here to poison us.
Yes, this is true.
Right, like I'll be the first
infectious,
to
freaking typhoid Mary.
Mexican swine flu. I remember that. You're working with the Chinese now. Very good for your people.
Flit Amaret says Crypto likes Poke because he sees a lot of himself in him.
Okay, in 1844, the Democrats were split. The 3 nominees for the presidential candidate were Martin Van Buren, a former president and an abolitionist, James Buchanan, a moderate, Lewis Cass, a general and expansionist. From Nashville came a dark horse riding up. He was James K. Polk, Napoleon of the Stump. Austere, severe, he held few people dear. His oratory filled his foes with fear. The factions soon agreed he's just the man we need to bring about victory, fulfill our manifest destiny, annex the land the Mexicans command. And when the votes were cast, the winner was Mr. James K. Polk, Napoleon of the Stump. In 4 short years, he met his every goal. He seized the whole Southwest from Mexico, made sure the terrorists fell, and made the English sell the Oregon Territory. He built an independent treasury. Having done all this, he sought no second term, but precious few have mourned the passing of Mr. James K. Polk, our 11th president, young Hickory, Napoleon of the Stump.
Huh? Who?
I really like
People were so gay back then.
Who had so much time to make a poem about Polk?
They might be giants, but they're probably just midgets in disguise.
Oh boy.
You don't know that song?
No. I know they might.
I'm
be
surprised.
giants. I know that one song that they sang for Animaniacs.
I don't know what that is.
Istanbul.
Well, we got time to kill, so I'll play it.
There goes my demonetization. I'm gonna get struck. How do I mute? How do I mute?
No.
How do I mute? Oh, damn it. How would I mute? How do I do that? Oh, boy. That was close.
Dude, that song was so good.
Man, Phil.
You're just encouraging him.
You are just encouraging Matt to show off his taste in music.
I have a great taste in music.
Yes, it's all right in,
I only listen to good music. I avoid all the bad music.
I find that that's best.
Yes. What is this? Flit Emirate says, thank you, Crypto, for confirming I was right. I'm not sure what he was talking about.
I don't know what he's talking
Probably
about.
Probably the Pogue thing. Transracial. Yeah, Transrachel. That's what it is. They just need to call it that. Yeah, and then Sheldon Martin says he listens to Korn. This is true. He does listen to Korn. It's his dirty little secret. He also listens to Cornhole, like back to back. All right, let's look at the panel. Beautiful. What time is it? Oh, we got about 46 minutes. It's looking pretty good there, Armoron. It's filling it in. This very much, that is very Warhammer right there. Very Warhammer. Beautiful work. And yeah, we got Eric's filling in the detail there with the ink. It's coming along. Beautiful, beautiful. Marty got her brilliant colors popping out and other things as well. Nice. Going over to Illustrator Muck. The resolution's all right. I think we can see it pretty good. Is definitely putting in his inks. Very nice, very nice. Phil has a blank sheet.
Started over.
You started over?
Yeah.
Phil.
I'm not hardcore tonight, dude.
Oh. He's resigning his commission. And we
Don't
got
sweat me, dude.
Just saying, man. Then we got Daniel Vega. Daniel Vega doing looks like a platter full of food, I think. And we lost Josh Spencer a while ago. He just he opted out. And Bad Ankle Bill. Definitely stuff going on right there. Excellent.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
kind of doing a little bit sketchy and shaded stuff just because there's no way I'm going to fill in all the detail in the time that we have. I might drop out a little bit early, but just kind of trying to
How dare you?
How dare you?
Did someone just harmonica on us?
That was Matt. That's his phone ring.
Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it go.
Definitely. All right. Okay. Flit Amaranth says, I bet Crypto has a shrine to Jonathan Davis in his closet. You may as well come clean, bro.
Jonathan Davis.
Yeah. We've had some interesting presidents.
I'd be more likely to have Jonathan Davis himself in my closet.
Yeah, that's how Matt rolls. Sheldon Martin says, great butt shot, Monk. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sheldon Martin says also, he isn't filled in
I'm always filled in.
He's completely filled in. He was born filled in. He's starting over though, sadly enough. We'll see where it goes before time expires. See if Phil has the moxie. He says,
don't sweat me.
Don't sweat him. Don't sweat the Phil. Don't sweat the big things. All right. Sci-Fi Snob says test. Yes, you're there, Sci-Fi Snob. Yeah, and Sheldon Martin says he isn't filling it in. Uh-oh. Shots fired. So, yeah. What are we looking at here?
That's very rude.
Well, I'm digging Armor on stuff tonight. It's looking very Warhammer, man. Very, very Warhammer. We got Eric. Let's go over here, Eric. Huh. For some reason I don't see Eric. It's weird. That's weird. I do not see Eric. I don't know why. Eric, you still there? I don't think Eric's there. Alright. Oh well. Yeah. What happened there? We lost Eric. Got Humble Marty though. And she's she's got lots of energy going on there. That looks like kind of a manga vibe looking Warhammer. Nice. And more work on the bum that was being shared by Illustrator Monk. Very nice, very nice. And then Phil looks like he's pencils down right now.
I had to run and visit Mr. Tinkle real quick.
I see.
I'm back.
We got Daniel
Says
Vega.
hi, by the way.
Oh, okay.
He
Daniel
says
Vega.
hello.
He says hello. That's nice. Good to know.
Mr. Tingle?
Little Phil, just filling it in. And yeah, Oh, we got Dreaded back. We got 2 Dreadeds currently. Yeah, all right. Daniel Tech is doing the mouth of one of his girls, one of his Warhammer girls. I think this is an Imperium gal. Not sure. We'll see.
Hang on. Let me.
And Bill Blankenship, yeah, the pizza is skirmishing over the pizza. Last Snotling pizza, yeah, excellent. 7 people in the chat currently. We did have Sci-Fi Snob show up. Some good pieces tonight, yes. Mr. Tinkle, that's not a sex thing, is it? You'd have to ask Phil on that. But I'm sure that Mr. Tinkle has done his share of probing that area.
Well, Mr. Tingle is a Zelda character.
Oh, it's true.
The 40-year-old guy who thinks he's a fairy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 42, okay, and I like to consider myself something more like a red cap or like a slua, not just like a fairy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This is the kind of attitude that keeps people like me locked in my basement where no one can ever see me.
And
thank you, Marty.
And his wife.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Marty. Phil.
I have to go weep now.
Is not as bad as he sounds. He's
Week on week minibar.
Universal greeting works every time.
Kapla.
For a while, in my 20s, some friends of mine and I, we were saying Gerard Depardieu as like a universal greeting.
Mm-hmm. Week on week minibar.
I could see that happening. That could become a thing.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Coming up every
Yeah, we
day.
should do Legend of
Gerard
Zelda characters
Depardieu.
next.
And people will be like, "Oh, Gerard Depardieu." Just for short, Gerard or Depardieu. Depardieu.
Because even if you don't know who Gerard Depardieu is, those syllables strung together are so welcoming and warm and pleasant that you can't help but just feel like whoever said it to you is your best friend.
Yep, if you say Gerard, you do it the J sound, Gerard Depardieu. And do a few rolling trills with it. Oh, that's so nice on the ears. Gerard Depardieu. It's almost Elven. Foot Amaret says Phil going for the gold in Oppression Olympics.
Whoa there, pal.
Yeah, he went there. He did that.
How dare you?
How dare you? Sheldon Martin, Zelda character, is that code for some sex move? Probably, somewhere.
No, we should do Zelda characters next.
Zelda? I don't want to do Wink. Let's do a gender swap Wink. Link?
Yeah, let's do like a boy Link. That'd be awesome.
Oh boy. You can tell I'm not much of a gamer.
You know there are more female characters in Zelda than just Link, right?
You could tell me that there are, and I would have to agree because I don't know.
They literally have a race of all females.
Well, isn't that special? That's awesome. I like that.
And somehow they can only bear one male in the whole entire thing.
So when I did this voice the other day on Fanspeak with Chester Busby, he said it made him feel kind of weird in his jimmies, and he didn't know why. Okay.
I gotta go get that coffee now.
Go get the coffee.
Yeah, you big crybaby.
Yeah.
I didn't cry about anything. Don't call me a cry. Jimmy, he's calling me a crybaby. Don't call me a crybaby. I'm not a crybaby.
Shit.
Gerard
Depardieu, go get your coffee. It can be used as a farewell as well. It's not. It's like aloha.
Yeah. It's pretty much perfect.
It can also be a comfort word, just, like, are you okay? Gerard Depardieu.
Have you ever seen the movie Bogus with Gerard Depardieu?
No, I'm a man.
He plays a little boy's imaginary friend.
He was in
I
Right
think I
Said
have
Fred.
seen that.
Puppet Fred?
Right Said Fred?
Puppet Fred?
Huh?
Drop Dead
Fred.
Drop Dead.
Drop
Right
Dead
said
Fred.
Right said Drop Dead Fred.
That was the guy that was in Mask with Cher, right?
Dude.
That was Rocky Dennis. That was
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz.
I thought that was Gerard Depardieu, young Gerard Depardieu.
No, that was Sam Elliott.
Gerard Depardieu was in Mask.
No, that was Sam Elliott.
He played the main guy who died.
Oh,
Gerard Depardieu was in Green Card.
He got a
With
green card.
maybe
He
Andy
would have to
McDowell.
have a green card to work here in the country. Andy McDowell. Whatever happened to her?
She was in that one movie with John Travolta.
Am I
Where he was an angel?
misremembering things? Or was Gerard Depardieu in a movie where he was a giant? Like
Well, Gerard Depardieu is a giant.
I think that was every
like a
movie.
kids movie where he's like,
I mean-
"The giant is French."
Andre the Giant played Gerard Depardieu
In his biopic?
in the biopic.
Yeah, okay.
No, he played Gerard Depardieu in Princess Bride.
He did that too. I remember that.
Oh, I always thought that was Gerard Depardieu playing Andre the Giant.
Oh man,
It's easy to mix them up.
Yeah, because they're both French and they're both like bigger than.
And they're both very attractive men.
Wasn't there a movie with Sinbad where Sinbad and Gerard Depardieu were like buddy cops?
They were
Sinbad
genies.
was, like,
There was a
crazy,
movie
I'm the black cop, and then
where-
Gerard Depardieu was like, "I'm the uptight defense cop."
They were both. in
That
a
was
movie-
Rush Hour.
They were both in a movie.
Yeah, don't you remember the scene? Because he's like, don't you understand the words that are coming out of my...
Don't you understand? Don't you ever touch a Frenchman stereo? I remember that part.
Didn't Gerard Depardieu play? He was in that movie with that young. What's the Queen Amidala? The
Queen
he was a
Latifah, yeah.
He was a hitman.
For sure.
Yeah.
Of The Professional, yeah.
Yeah, he was in
He was
that.
good in that.
He was good.
Yeah.
When he was
Gerard
hanging
Depardieu
upside
was
down, I was afraid that things would, like the whole building would fall down, but it didn't. It was awesome. And he didn't die in the end, which was amazing.
I really liked it. I really thought his performance as Queen Amidala was pretty great.
It was amazing. He played both parts with Queen. He was Queen Amidala, and he was that guy with the gun.
Yeah, it was like an Eddie Murphy thing where he's like 14 fat black people at the same time.
Well, he was playing a black guy, which I thought he'd get in trouble for doing the blackface, but he's pretty good at it. Gerard Depardieu,
Yeah, that was Tropic Thunder, right?
Yeah, he was in that with that one guy from the other movie.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Yeah, it was
Took me a
Steven Seagal,
second, but yeah, Steven
who
Seagal.
has been doing blackface with a whiteface for years now. It's pretty interesting how he's tried to do that. It's a bold choice for an actor.
All right, folks. My PC is telling me that it is running out of battery, so I'm going to go in the other room and charge it and head off for the night. I'll probably do a little bit more work on this and send it over to you.
Hey, appreciate it. It looks beautiful.
Thanks again for having me on. Anybody's listening, looking for something to get commissioned, Bad Ankle Bill on everything, including SoundCloud. Again, everybody, much love, infinite much to you, and Super Profundo on the early eve of your days.
Do me a favor, send that immediately, and I will try to put it up so people can look at it for the poll.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you. That was Bad Ankle Bill, everybody. He's one heck of a guy. We like him. All right.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. He was. Yeah. Where are we at in chat? We got 6 people in the chat. 6 people hanging in with us. Green card with Gina Davis, says Sheldon Martins. Yep, this is true. Andre played Fezzik in Princess Bride. Yes. It's little known that Andre actually was a stunt double for Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah, it's a common mistake. A lot of people think that Andre the Giant was in that movie as like a principal actor, but Gerard Depardieu is so good
Yeah, it's
that
so good.
it's easy to mistake the two of them.
And people don't know this about France, that they think there are multiple male actors in France, and there's actually only Gerard Depardieu. That's how
And
good
Jean
he is.
Reno.
And Jean Reno is his understudy.
And Dominique Pignon.
And that guy is his
Jean-Paul Belmondo, but he's
those
gone
are both
now.
assistants to Gerard Depardieu.
But speaking of Gerard Depardieu and comic books, Gerard Depardieu is starred in like 5 different comic book film adaptations from the Asterix and Obelix series in France.
And he plays Asterix, which was a bold choice for casting.
He plays Obelix, not Asterix.
I'm being a smart ass.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even read comics, Jimmy.
Asterix and Obelix. I read Asterix and Obelix before you were born.
I didn't even know what it was until I freaking started looking through the filmography of Gerard Depardieu.
Jeez. I love that, man.
This dude has made a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's a working actor.
Easily 200 movies.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time, and his nose has been getting bigger the entire time. It's weird.
It's always
his nose precedes him into a room, and usually, announces him.
Why has he not done Cyrano de Bergerac? I thought he did do Cyrano de Bergerac.
I think if he hasn't, he should have.
Probably has.
Yeah, he says the guy who drew Asterix died last week. He did.
Hey, they're saying they're asking if the scream died.
Awesome,
what screen? 1, 2.
The screen.
Your screen is still working.
Looks fine to me.
Bill's screen is still working.
Mine's still working.
Illustrator Monk's still working. Humble's still working. Eric's still working, and so is Armoron. So our remaining artists are still working.
Sheldon Martin, it's just you, buddy.
Kind of done.
That's right. Did you accidentally shut off your computer, Sheldon?
Sheldon could have shut off his computer.
I think it is. Yeah. It's
Gerard Depardieu.
Gerard Depardieu. You got to make that a thing. It has to be. So everybody, when you go out and you want to greet somebody with beautiful syllables, go Gerard Depardieu.
Gerard Depardieu.
Or that way. He's been smoking a cigar and drinking hard liquor. Flit Hammer says, although I have been drinking a lot tonight, so have you, Flit?
I think so. 40
I think he's just
ounces.
pointing out that all this started into some psychedelic.
One of these days we gotta entice Flit onto the show to do some drawing, because Flit is good at putting down the lines, and he's also
good at snorting the lines, man.
Yeah.
Puts down the white lines and snorts them right back up.
Sheldon Martin, piss, I'm not getting anything. Flit Hammer says, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Please no bully. I'm not bullying you. I'm enticing you. Come on the show. Show your wares. And get sexy with it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Sci-Fi Snob says, like Mel Gibson from Australia. Like Mel Gibson from Australia. Okay. All right.
He's from America, actually.
Yeah, he's actually American. Born here, but his parents went over there and tried to set up a Nazi camp or something. I'm not sure. Poor Mel. Poor Mel. I love Mel's work. I really do.
Who's looking forward to Lethal Weapon 5? Anyone?
Wait, they're making a 5?
They are.
The only way I'm looking forward to it is if it's named Too Old for This Shit.
Too old for... That's what it should be called, man.
Is Joe Pesci going to be in it?
Yeah, apparently they're all going to be in it.
He's still alive?
Is Chris Rock going to be in it?
That's the question, yeah.
Is Jet Li going to be in it?
Didn't he die?
Yeah, but they could just have him have a twin brother, and then twin sister, and just have Jet Li play twin sister. That would be very topical.
I very much doubt Judd. I think Judd is pretty old.
Sci-fi Snob said, Passion of the Christ 2. Is that a thing?
Yes, that's an actual thing.
What is
Yeah,
it?
that's coming out.
Was that the Ascension? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. As long as there's no, torture porn, I'll be happy with that.
What? Why would that be there?
Well, it wasn't the last one.
Wasn't that a comedy?
Oh boy, I think you're thinking. That other.
No, no, it wasn't a comedy. No.
I think he's thinking of the one by the guys. They did the thing.
Oh, the one. That's with Jet Li. That was a comedy.
No,
yeah.
the other one.
I don't know that one.
You know the one.
The one with those British guys. They're not really funny, but they like to dress as women and scream a lot.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one.
Hedwig and the Angry Inch?
Yeah.
I think it's called Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. It was a Christ story.
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian? Is that what the one? Oh, wait a minute. Is the Brian song? Oh,
No, it was...
Just for those people who are listening, we are butchering cinematic history tonight. That's what we're doing. We're on a regular basis. Because they don't really... None of this makes actually any sense, so... Yeah. Passion of the Christ 2. Interesting. Jim Caviezel reprises?
That was in Family Guy. They did a send-up of that. And he had... Chris Rock was his partner. It was a buddy cop movie.
With Christ?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of explosions and Chris Rock screaming.
Chris Rock, was he playing Peter?
No, I think it was Chris Rock. It was someone else.
Or was it John?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker was John the Baptist.
Yeah.
He lost his head regularly. Oh boy, I went there. I'm sorry. Yep. Let's go to the panel.
The narrator, he was like struggling to pronounce Caviezel's name. Caviezel? Caviezel?
I think everybody was struggling to say his name.
Just call him Jim. Damn it, Jim. All right, looking at Armoron's work here.
I'm just drawing something
you're done? You're all done.
Yeah, I'm finished.
No colors tonight, huh? All right. We'll stay with the nice...
How much time we got left?
We have about 28 minutes.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, there's no colors for me. Because I'm nowhere near
going
finished.
to Eric. Eric is adding colors now. He's on top of that. There we go. And Humble Marty never does not have colors. If she didn't have colors, I'd think there was something wrong. She
we would think she was sick.
Yeah, we'd be like...
She's always teacher's pet, isn't she?
Yeah. She is the color
yes.
girl. And she brings the color hard. Very hard. Okay. Moving over to Illustrated Monk. We see a nice derriere right there. And he's filling in the inks. I don't think that Illustrated Monk will hit colors tonight. But he is definitely getting stuff done. All right. And I'm going down to Phil. Phil Connect. Doing another girl. I don't know if this is a Warhammer girl, but it could be.
It is.
Okay.
Right. They're sort of wrestling.
Doing the wrestling. And they don't have any armor on.
No armor.
So I think these are...
This is Cheesecake, son.
Yeah, this is probably Drakari, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not in it for some reason. Why not? No armor on.
No armor. Oh boy. Armoron's turning into a dad. All right. Then we got Daniel Tech Vega down on the end. We're seeing a little looks like he's putting in the inks. Yeah. He's a little behind today.
You're always
I'm
actually behind.
You're always a little behind though, in one way or the other.
Thanks.
All right. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. We've got 6 stalwarts hanging out with us. 6 stalwarts. Sheldon Martin just says Rene Russo for no reason. And yeah. Oh, she would. Yeah, she would be. She would be in Lethal Weapon. She'd have to be, which would be interesting. I'm not sure what she looks like now. Flit Emerald says Jesus is back. He is, and he is pissed. That's the tagline. Yep, that is definitely the tagline. That should be for Passion of the Christ 3. You know, the second coming, which would be completely confusing. Anyway, what would be it would be Passion of the Christ 3, the Rapturator or something like that, wouldn't it be? Cat, get out of here, you fucking cat. All right. Let's see. Sci-Fi Snob says it's Passion of the Christ meets Lethal Weapon.
All right.
I don't know how you'd pitch that, but that would be an interesting one to try to do.
I think you'd pitch it as the Passion of the Christ meets Lethal Weapon, and then every producer goes, "I'll give you money."
Just do that. That's the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, stay with me.
You don't need anything else.
It's Passion of the Christ meets Lethal Weapon. Can you see it? And they'd be like, oh, why have we never done this before? Sheldon Martin says, Monty Python movies? Yeah.
Who's that?
Always look on the broadside of life. Where are you going to put the fetus in a box? Nobody knows that line, probably. That's all right.
I'll be honest. I think I've only seen maybe half of the Holy Grail.
Well, that was Life of Brian. That is a scene where the Israelis rebels are trying to figure out a way to overthrow the Romans, and they're trying to come up with a strategy. And one of the characters goes, one of my demands is I want to be a woman. Essentially, that's what he says. And then the other character goes, what? You want to be a woman? You're a man. And he goes, I don't care. I want to be a woman. I want to have a baby. And then he goes, fine. Have a baby. Well, you can put the fetus in a box.
Wasn't that the movie with Leonidas and Morgan Freeman? And Morgan Freeman was the president? And Leonidas is saving him?
Yeah, that was the scene in Congress. Yeah.
That was my favorite movie.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite too.
Olympus has fallen.
Olympus farts.
Olympus.
Yeah.
Olympus.
It's got nothing to do with Greeks, dude.
Fucking
Daniel. Remember the sub theme tonight? We're butchering cinema. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Just saying, like, whenever we're talking about movies, we're continuing to butcher cinema. We're mixing cinema together to confuse and amuse.
Oh, well, you got.
Hopefully,
you did an excellent job.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at tonight? Okay, we're getting close. We're getting a few minutes down too. All right, Flit Amaranth says, "Yep, Amaran was a good addition to the show." Oh, they're giving you the love, Amaran. They are.
Oh, really?
Love for the Aussie.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Eyebrow.
That's right. Eyebrow arched and pushing your hairline up. Sheldon Martin, Color Girl. Maybe it's Maybelline. I'm getting tired. Yep, you are getting tired. That was not too great. Yeah, that's all right. Sci-Fi Snob. Can't wrestle in armor. I think you probably could, but it would make a lot of noise. Yeah.
Wrestling. It's really important that wrestling be quiet.
Yes, extremely quiet. If you've ever been to a wrestling show, a wrestling match with those professional wrestlers, it's silent. You can hear a pin drop. It's quieter than like when you play tennis, except for a lot of meaty squishing and stuff. I'm just gonna stop. Okay, Sheldon Martin, a little behind. Not Monk's character. Yeah, that's the name of that character is Little Behind. Yeah. Lil behind. Yeah. Sci-Fi Snob says, exactly how do you pitch it? You would get in an elevator and trap that executive, and then you would pitch it, preferably at knife point. And usually that'll get you there. Sheldon Martin, it's quiet now when you watch wrestling. It's so quiet. It's rather relaxing. It's kind of like ASMR, except with a lot of body oil. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the panel. We're sitting at 14 after. That means that we got about 21 minutes. 21 minutes? No, is that right? No, I'm wrong. Yeah. No, 21 minutes. Sorry.
Damn it.
sorry, Eric. He's like, okay, good. No, damn it. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah.
One of those days for you. Huh?
And we're looking at Armoron. Armoron is showing us his piece. He's also working on something else. Yeah, very nice, very nice. He got all the inking done pretty quick. Very good. He's very fast at Armoron. We got Eric. Eric's putting some color in, and some crazy shit is going down. Somebody lost a hand, it looks like. What happened there?
Yeah, it's holding us a little wedding ring or whatever. That's what they're fighting over.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that happens in Warhammer. Actually, the Imperium of Man actually has people get married, so it's not like that far off the mark. People do get married. It's not a very fun life in most of the planets, though. They live in these big, huge cities called hives, where billions of people live in one place. And yeah, it's not the cat. Go away.
Is one of those hives called Cat Go Away?
Yes, it is. It's on planet Philona.
Right next to planet.
Damn it. It's the planet Damn It. Yeah, there's definitely a planet Damn It in Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's next to Hasseldama and I believe Armageddon. Planet Damn It. It rolls off the tongue almost like Gerard Depardieu. Planet Damn It. Yeah, there's Phil's work. We're looking at Phil. He's playing catch-up ball. Don't tie him down.
Don't sweat me.
Yeah, don't sweat him. And then we got down tech corner. He's still putting in the lines there. Very nice. Can you guys hear that noise? Holy shit!
Hey, what is that noise?
That was the engine noise was my next door neighbor firing up their 4-wheel drive. They're going out digging.
I couldn't hear anything
in the middle of the night. Just get away from the woo. Yeah, that happens. Anyway, yeah, looking good. Yeah, under 20 minutes now. What do we got going on here in the chat? What do we have? Yeah, Flit gives me crap for cat piss. Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. Well, what am I looking at? Sheldon Martin, planet full of sheep. Okay, yeah, maybe very close. Here's the thing about Warhammer. Going back to Warhammer, the biggest tactic that the Imperium Man uses is they have billions and billions and billions, maybe trillions of people. And so they just kind of throw bodies at people. And those are like the regular Imperial Guardsmen that come from all these planets. And then the kind of the special forces are the Space Marines. And there are not that many of them. So, yeah. If you're wondering how it works. And it just kind of becomes a meat grinder. They kill lots and lots of people. Whole planets get, exterminatus. They destroy that. They blow shit up. It's a lot of. There is only war in the far-flung future, as they say. Flit Amaranth, ignore me too. I'm not ignoring you, Flit. I never ignore my great mod. Never do that. Sheldon Martin says don't even make sense. Ignore me. I apologize. Oh, well, I don't ignore you guys. I love you guys. I'm glad that you're here. The 6 that are remaining, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. What time do we have right now? Oh, that's 16 minutes. 16 minutes. Let's see if we got what we come out with tonight. 16 minutes. Going through the panel. We're getting some atmospherics from Eric. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Humble Marty. I think Humble Marty's done. Are you done, Humble Marty?
Just adding flames.
Yep. Gotta have flames. Tell you, if these are sisters of battle, they love their flames. Definitely. And going over to Illustrator Monk. I don't think I'm picking up Illustrator Monk. Oh, there he is. And yep, he's still doing the inks, getting there.
Hey, nice. Jim, where's your stream at? Is it on Slick Jimmy Speaks?
It is. It is on Slick Jimmy Speaks. I finally figured that shit out.
Yay!
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 Oh, okay. Yeah, because it says Gargoyle Girls.
It does?
Yeah.
Yep.
Son of a monkey's
almost
ass.
Well, he almost made it.
No, I almost did it. I'll have to change that subsequently. All right, now we're looking at Daniel Vega. Yeah, here we go. We've lost Crypto Comics. Apparently, he got swallowed up by his cup of coffee, and he's probably laying on the couch. Recovering from all the Warhammer talk, which wears him out. It really does. He's an old man, and Warhammer talk is just it's only for the young bucks like me.
This'll.
Just saying, that's how it is. Warhammer's for those people who can only handle Warhammer. All right, where are we at? Sheldon, flames, baby, flames. Sheldon likes your flames, Rumble.
Cool.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Flinthammer, Crypto muted so he could listen to Corn without interrupting the stream. Yes, that's probably part of it too. He probably has listened to Corn and Hole back to back.
Was a bit of a Fred Durst.
That's right. He wants to get the biscuit too.
Nookie.
Get it all for the nookie and cookie. That's the only song I can ever remember that Flint Biscuit is. I did it all for the nookie. For Humble Marty, nookie is a euphemism for fun, happy fun time.
Okay.
I love that she just accepts it. Okay.
She's like, yeah, I know.
All right. Well, that's why I made it. So.
You done? You done?
Yeah, because there's no way I'm gonna get colors on there.
Oh, you could try. What are they fighting over, dude?
The cake. She has the cake.
Where's the cake?
In the other
it's
hand.
in her hand.
Yeah, it's hard to see a bit.
Okay, I was just wondering because the cake's kind of it's not in the center of the action.
Oh,
yeah.
But she's running away with it.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Compositionally, I have concerns, but it looks, the girls look nice.
Yeah, I realize the composition looks goofy.
They both look like they're a little bit out of balance, but that's all right. That's all right. When it comes to cake, women get imbalanced. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Humble, can you confirm that women get imbalanced because of cake, or is that just chocolate?
Depends on the cake.
What cake? What cake? What cake would imbalance you?
Not really a big fan of cake.
Oh, well, then
what?
Pie? Are you a pie girl?
Cake's good for the occasional bit, but I wouldn't fight over it.
What would you fight over? What kind of treat would you fight over?
I'd go home and make my own. Then I wouldn't have to share.
Oh man.
There you go.
Well, I just have to come and steal it. Just creep into your kitchen and yank it out of your oven, and then you'd be like, "Where's my cake?" And then you get real mad, and you have to fight. You say, that son of a bitch. Why did he wear a dress? Well, because it's the theme. Anyway, yeah. My legs look great in a dress. I'll tell you what. Just have to shave. Okay, where are we at now? Let's see. Sheldon Martin says he's probably hitting his Warhammer like he owns it. Oh boy. Yep. That's probably what's happening. We don't know though because we can't hear it. He's muted. Flit Amaret. Ah yes. Let's hear the writer tell the artist about composition. Oh, dude. I'm very versed in very many things. Sheldon Martin, happy birthday cake? Yes, birthday cake. Flit Amaret says also, what? Marty doesn't like cake? Disavow. He disavows, Marty. No.
Okay, I do make my own honey cake.
You make honey cake? What's in honey cake besides honey?
Flour, eggs, milk, sugar.
Sounds good.
Cake.
Honey.
I have a story about cake. My dad loved chocolate cake, which is not a bad thing. I like chocolate cake. However, my mom wasn't a big fan of chocolate cake, but she was really good at making chocolate cake. So he would demand chocolate cake all the time. But my mom's favorite cake was spice cake. And my dad didn't like spice cake, so the only way my mom would get spice cake is if she went for her birthday to one of her sisters, and they would make her a spice cake. But then my dad got mad because when she went to her sisters, she wouldn't come back for like a day because, you want to take around your sisters. And when she came back, he'd always demand that she make a chocolate cake. And this went on for years. My family was interesting.
Cool story, bro.
I know. You like that was the most engaging, interesting story ever about cake. But if you were in the middle of it, it was exhilarating. It might be a word. My dad was a manic depressive, so things got a little bit haywire once in a while. Okay, let's see. Oh no, Flit Amaret says honey cake. I retract my disavowal. So yeah, he likes the honey cake. Sweet. Sci-fi Snob says Jimmy's a writer. Yeah, I fancy myself a writer. We'll see. We'll see if you guys dig what I put down. We'll see. Maybe one day I'll put a link to something, that's actually written in prose, and you guys can tear it to pieces and say he's a fucking hack. All right, yeah. Let's go down the panel. Where are we at? We have 8 minutes.
Ugh.
Matt's back. Oh my goodness. Crypto Comics.
I made some coffee.
Welcome back, Crypto.
It's delicious.
What did you put in it? Is it just is it black or
Folgers? I just Folgers, baby, just Folgers. Oh, I put a little creamer in it. Sure, yeah.
No sugar?
Well, I mean the creamer has a little sugar in it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
No amaretto.
I don't like it black. I don't drink it black.
You don't like it black? Racist.
No, I wish I did. I just can't. I can't get just.
I bet you put more creamer than coffee in there because
I don't. No, I put much more coffee than I do creamer.
That's what you say now. All right.
True story. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
How
Sci-Fi
many,
Snobs. He goes.
How many
Sci-Fi
times
Snob
did you
says.
listen to Freak Unleash?
Sci-Fi Snob
what everybody wants
said
now?
Jimmy's
Just
a writer,
now?
not with that story. Yeah,
A little
man,
bit. I listened to
that
it
was
a
not a
little bit.
great
What's wrong
story.
with that?
I will give you that. It is what it is. I could tell you stories about my family that were much more exciting, but then, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go into that shit. The cake story was much better than my dad throwing a pan full of scrambled eggs across the room because because he didn't like those eggs because he got burned. And then proceeding to throw knives across the room and stick it into the linoleum on the floor. Yeah. Over burned eggs. Slightly browned.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Oh my. Indeed. So yeah. And I have a lot of those stories. They say cocaine's a hell of a drug. Well, bipolarism is a hell of a condition. So Ruby's adding some details. Nice. He's come back.
Yeah.
He's come back to it. He was futzing around with something else before. But now we got Eric. Eric has added color. Fantastic. Very beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. Hungry Marty has always added color. It's just part of her shtick. She liked the color. Very nice. Very nice. And then we go over to Illustrator Monk. I think his thing's catching up a little bit. There we go. Oh, he's almost done with the pencils. That is a great composition, man. Digging that very much. Moving down, we got Phil, the wrestling Drukari, these could also be Eldari, as well. And looking very nice. I don't think they have nipples, but that's all right. Who knows?
They will. Jeez.
I'm just saying, maybe the Eldari. I've never actually seen an Eldari's uncovered breastages, so who knows if they have nipples? I'm not sure even how they replicate. Do they? Do they do it old-fashioned way?
I'm pretty sure they do.
The really, really old-fashioned way? Because they've been around millions of years, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And moving over
Unless they
to
just clone each other.
Daniel Vega. Are you done, Daniel? Is this it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's pretty good. I'm digging it. Yeah, this is what happens at the Warhammer Drive-In.
They don't even look like elves.
Well, one's an elf. This is an elf right here.
On the left. The other one is a human because you guys keep complaining that I don't do humans.
Well, I told you could do two elves, man. This is the one time you could do two elves, and then you didn't. What the dealio?
You dropped the ball, son.
Gee,
I'm a rebel.
Christmas. I don't know. You're being contrarian tonight, Daniel. Danny Vegas is being contrarian on this beautiful Monday night. What happened, man? You're always so accommodating before, except you always did like elven ears on characters that probably weren't elven. That's all right.
Yeah, you're like, hey, everybody, draw the Hulk. He's like, cool.
It's an elven Hulk.
She has pointy ears, right? Yeah. Like, hey, draw Captain America as a chick. Oh, okay, cool. She's got pointy ears, right?
I'd not do that. Wait, we didn't even draw Cap.
That's right.
We haven't even drawn Cap yet.
We'll do Princess Leia sometime, and he's gonna. What is she, a Vulcan? She had pointy ears, right?
Oh Lord, you guys are never gonna let me live that down.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, Sheldon Martin, a pan full of knives and eggs. No, it was the pan full of eggs first, and then the knives afterwards, because they were in a block next to the stove. You know how you have knives near your cooking area. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't a fun morning. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. To bring the room down. Maybe it was just the delivery. Yeah, it was the delivery. About the cakes or about the knives. I don't know. One of the two. Yeah. Definitely the delivery. I'm not as great a raconteur as I am a writer, let's put it that way. Matt is much more of a raconteur than I am.
I am?
You are. You like to tell the story.
Just saying, you know.
Chocolate spice cake? That's not a bad idea. I don't know how that would work, though. Chocolate spice cake. Maybe if you
It
did it
can
in
be as
layers.
chili chocolate, so
Like if you did like a devil's food and then a spice cake and then a devil's food and then a spice cake, that might not be bad. Thinking about it, or and throw in there some red velvet just to mix it up, So like devil's food.
I feel like that Maroon 5 guy ruined Red Velvet for everybody.
Maybe maybe it's possible. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute. Yeah. And now we're actually down to 15 seconds. Let's see where we are in the panel. I might want to give a couple of you guys a couple more minutes.
Give him a couple more minutes. Give him a couple more sexy cheesecake-filled minutes.
Well, I'm looking at... Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes because I think that we've had... This is a really hard one.
Extended.
So I'm going to extend it another 10 minutes. And we'll see.
10 sexy minutes of Warhammer.
Yeah. But, I mean, I know those 6 people in the chat are like, 10 more minutes of Jim just rambling on about nothing? Yeah, sorry.
Dreaded Dinosaur's giving me, like, this serious Remphamus vibe, dude. Serious Remphamus vibe.
Who's doing that? Who's doing that to you?
Dreaded Dinosaur, like he
Really?
just hasn't made her hair blue yet. That's
Are you gonna do that? You're gonna do Remphamus? Just add blue hair and make her Remphamus? We could send it to her.
She's one of the Greys.
We could send it to Remphamus and go, hey, we were thinking
She might
about
like
you.
it.
You battle babe. You
Yeah,
hardcore
she is a battle
honey.
babe.
And see
Sure.
what she says.
My
And
boy
she-
Risey
and
is
she would
all
be
about Remphamus.
And she would be like, are you attacking me?
All of
And I'm
that.
like, no. We just want to show you love for all that you do to keep things interesting.
Keeping it
Is she
real.
still a thing?
What?
Is she still a thing?
Oh,
She's a thing.
sort of. She's still a thing, sort of. She goes and
she's
hangs
still a
out
thing.
with like either Antos and other people.
See, she already like won. She already won. She made herself famous.
Yep, she got to the plateau, and then she reached
She
for
was
the heights.
she was given all the attention,
and
and
yeah.
so she's
And
Comicsgate's greatest success. This is the greatest independent success. Someone taken from obscurity and made into a moderate Twitter celeb.
Yep,
Modest
very
Twitter
moderate.
celeb.
Yep, it's an interesting thing with old Remphamus.
Good
Remphamus
for her.
once came and did a critique on one of my pieces, I believe, and then she became my PR person, doing a lot of promotion for me, which is greatly appreciated. She didn't expect to do that, but that's what happened.
Well, that's very nice of her.
I was highly appreciative. Yeah, I gave her all the props in the world for bringing attention to my book and that sort of thing. And it worked out great for both of us, I think.
Freak on a leash. That's correct, Sheldon. Freak on a leash.
That is indeed.
Mm-hmm. That song, that I don't even know if you can call that a song. That track was called "Twist." If you want to hear him talk like a really angry little like baby toddler, little baby.
You need diaper change, something.
You got corn in your little diaper?
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Flint Amber.
Hey, yeah. And if Jonathan Davis hears this, fight me, motherfucker. Fight me. Anytime, any place.
Meet you at Hawkins Park.
Just to say I kicked your fucking ass. I don't care.
Okay,
Be worth it.
he's gonna meet you at Hawkins Park, right?
Yeah, the Hawkins. I don't care where. The parking lot at the Walmart, wherever. Me and Jonathan Davis from Korn. Any day of the week. And then I'll go to church. I'll feel fine about it. I won't even repent.
You won't
How about that,
repent?
Jonathan?
You won't repent for the...
bassist. He's like a born again Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Is he? I'm gonna look it up now.
It's one of your people. Your people.
No. I might have to find another religion.
Aren't you a born again Christian?
Not if this guy is too.
Oh boy, that's not what your religion teaches. You gotta accept your brothers and sisters.
Well, maybe I need a different religion.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I think Crypto's gonna make his own religion.
I'm losing my religion because of Jonathan Davis.
Oh my goodness.
for REM. Losing my religion.
Yep.
Personal life.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Sheldon Martin. We got 7 people in the chat. We bumped up one. Apparently, somebody jumped in. All right. It feels like it's been. Feels like it's been hearing that all stream. Hearing what? What are we talking about?
Oh, this guy sounds really cool when I look at his personal life. Fuck.
Who are you talking about? Jonathan? What's his name?
Man.
He'd probably
take back wanting to fight him.
I bet you guys would be homies. You going?
He's into serial killers too. That's neat. I suppose most people are into something. I don't know. A good portion of society, 20% of us.
Sheldon says, "Easy, champ. Jonathan Davis won't be listening to this," and I'm probably.
Yeah, well, you tell him. You tweet him right now. You tell him. Crypto Comics is looking for him.
Tell that rat bastard you can meet him at Hawkins Park.
Tell him I said. Tell him I said that. He'll know what it means.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Armor on. Looking nice. Very good. Very nice. Got 5 minutes.
Cool.
Going down. Looking at Eric's. Eric's looks. I think it looks. Is that done, Eric?
It is what it is.
No, it's good, man. I'm digging it.
A random hand right in the middle.
And, I think that Humble Marty is done. Are you done, Humble Marty?
Yep.
Beautiful. Illustrated Monk is getting there. I think he will make it. I think he will finish his pencils into ink here real quickly. Phil is using his Copics as quickly as he can. I'm not sure what these girls are fighting over. Probably some clothes, I would think.
Yeah. They're fighting over their Emperor class bikini.
Yes. Or those hair razor things they have?
Yeah.
I don't know what they call those. The Drukari chicks, the succubi, they have these things in their hair. Their hair is very long, and they use it like a whip, and it'll like tear your head off if it hits you right.
Okay, a corn update. It was Brian Head Welch who departed the band to pursue a life in Christianity.
Oh,
was baptized in the Jordan River and wrote a book called "Save Me from Myself."
He went to Israel to be baptized in the Jordan River.
Yeah.
No, it's the Jordan River that's in Missouri.
There's another Jordan River in Utah too. Strangely
Of
enough,
course there is.
the Jordan River in between a salt lake, a salt sea, and another lake that's freshwater, just like the Jordan River in the Holy Land. Strangely enough, only one's north and one's south, and the other one's south and north. Nobody gave a shit about that.
There's a place in Utah called the Assault Sea.
Yeah, the Assault Sea.
The Battery River.
Yes, the Battery River Assault Sea. Yes, it's out in the middle of the salt flats. Yeah, salt flats.
I've heard of those.
That's right.
No, Jonathan Davis, it's still on in the parking lot of the Walmart or Hawkins Park in Vernonia, wherever, dude.
You've been called out, Jonathan Davis. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you tell him. You tweet him.
Yep. Everybody let him know.
Sheldon Martin, you need you to tweet. You tweet him. Tell him.
Let that motherfucker know. It's on.
Yeah.
It's on in Hawkins Park.
It's on.
Flithammer, crypto just hate him because he ain't him. Sheldon Martin.
No, I don't want to be. No, why would I want to be him?
Sheldon Martin says, I think he was married to a
that
playmate
little Fu Manchu.
He was married to 2 playmates. Wow.
But here's something kind of cool about Jonathan Davis. He has his home houses a private art collection that spans decades of touring the globe. He has set up a considerable and diverse collection of works of macabre and dark art, such as a limited number Ibanez guitars designed by H.R. Giger in the same appearance as his mic stand, a human shrunken head from South America, and a human fetus called Luther. His art collection includes religious art from all over the world, all religions, such as 600-year-old Buddhist sculptures, and owns tons of crucifixes, especially Mexican Jesus. He says, I wouldn't say I like religion, but I like the art.
and has also developed an interest in collection of taxidermy art. Okay.
There you go.
A little
Likes dead
much.
shit.
No, not there I go. It's bizarre.
He loves his
I
dead
didn't
shit.
even know that there was a Mexican Jesus.
Yeah, his name's Jesus. It's really
Jesus,
weird.
Yeah. Jesus de Cristo.
Yeah. Sometimes they call him Emmanuel. Emmanuel, yeah.
Okay, you're being silly.
No, I'm not. I'm completely serious. Why would you say that?
Uh-huh. Jimmy's down here. Jimmy here.
5,
He's down with Joe Brigg and the
4,
kid.
3, 2, 1, and that's it.
3, 2, 1. Contact. Who watched that show? I did.
Did everybody get done with their inking?
I like Square One better.
Square one.
Mannet.
All right. Well, Flit, my boy in the chat, my mod, could you do me a great favor and put in that poll, please? That would be nice. For the 8 people that have hung out still. Fantastic. Hey, look, we got Larry Higgins back. He's back. I am Canadian Higgins. You are Canadian Higgins. I went out today to go to the store, like I do. And it was almost like things were pretty normal. I mean, there was less people out, but it wasn't like people were like looking at each other like we were, gonna give us the fungus. It was a pretty good day, actually. And yeah. I don't know how you guys are doing, but I don't think the world's gonna end in a ball of fire just yet. I'm looking at it. Let's go down the list here. The panel. Here we go with armor on. Very nice. This is very Warhammer. The look. And so, what are they fighting over, armor on?
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
An ancient Earth artifact.
An ancient Earth artifact. That would have to have special runes on it to keep chaos from destroying the user, I would think. Anyway,
they're fighting over a dildo.
No, that's not a dildo. It's an ancient religious artifact that the Emperor of Man created for the help and relaxation of some of his subjects. Okay, moving on to Eric. Beautiful. So it looks like these ladies are fighting over a servitor hand holding a ring. That's probably a hand of glory, I would think, floating around in this. Yeah.
Glory, huh?
Oh boy. Yeah. So there's Eric's. Very nice. These are some gray-skinned young ladies, and yeah, very good. Going on to Humble Marty. Can we blow it up a little bit so we can see what you're saying, and get a little bit better shot. Fill in the screen a little bit. There we go. We got 2 girls fighting. Lots of fire going on. The one lady's a little obscured by the fire, but we're gonna let it slide this time. Okay, so I have the better mini skirt. Heresy, my skirt is minier. We can't see her skirt though. Where's her skirt at?
Right here.
Oh, there it is. I see her.
It's barely below the butt.
Oh, there we go. Yep. So they're fighting over skirt length, which is something that is silly. What happened to Eric? We lost Eric. Gosh darn it, Eric. Oh, there he's back. Okay, going over to Illustrator Monk. Let's see. Illustrator Monk, what are they fighting over? Illustrator Monk? Something. I assume it's something. But yeah, this is a very nice.
Something.
And we will find out later what they're fighting over. And Phil, I can't see his the full composition.
Oh, here. Let me.
Okay, ladies.
We'll find out what they're fighting over when I finish.
They're fighting over. Oh, okay. We'll find it.
Yeah, sorry.
Those are
died here.
nice areolas, lady.
Yeah, there they
I
are.
don't know what you're talking about.
Areolas? They're the, you don't know.
Isn't that little girl that sings the songs?
The Little Mermaid?
Ariola Grandes?
That's the Little Mermaid on the left, right? And this is like a big titty Ursula on the right?
Kind of.
Is that a pair of panties with Aquila on it that they're fighting over? Oh, that makes sense. The Aquila is the symbol of the Emperor of Man.
Oh, that's right, Warhammer.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So definitely fighting over the panties, and I'm not sure if those were owned by the Emperor of Man or he just gifted them to the Eldar when they had, I guess.
I never pictured the Emperor as a thong man.
You don't? I do. In his
I wouldn't
private
say
life,
that it's out of the question.
In his private life, I totally see the Emperor, rocking a thong, rocking a banana hammock.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh
All right.
There's a vibe here.
And then we're going over to Danny Tech Vega, who's added a little bit of color on the ladies. So we got some Drukari skin and some human skin. So right on. There we go. Let's do everybody on the panel. Make sure you go and do the straw poll. And I'm gonna do my mine myself, and gonna vote. Everybody go vote. See how many we got right now. We got 5 votes. 5 votes. So everybody go vote. And I probably should see if I can share William Blankenship's piece if I can. Let's see if I have the ability to do so. Do I have
Were you able to show mine? I dropped it.
One sec. Sorry. I think everybody saw yours. I think. There we go. There, yeah, we showed it before, yeah. So, I'm trying to find. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me see. I gotta go to Twitter. Twitter. Maybe it's too late. Let's see.
Okay. I got another corn update here.
You have another corn update?
In the early 2000s, Jonathan Davis began collecting serial killer art and memorabilia. Check out what this frickin' weirdo owns. He owns the Volkswagen mass murderer Ted Bundy drove for the duration of his murder spree.
What?
He owns both the Pogo and Patches clown outfits worn by John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
He owns the 1928 confession letter from cannibal Albert Fish. He's also a real weirdo. He ate children. And original drawings by satanic serial murderer Richard Ramirez, also known as the Night Stalker.
That's kind of weird. I gotta say that's kind of weird.
Is that weird?
I don't know. Like the Volkswagen owned by Ted Bundy is. I have to admit, I would like to see that.
It's lavish.
Out of all of those, that's like the one thing I'd be like. That's something to see. Wow, I'm amazed that even exists.
All right, so I'm gonna show just so everybody gets to see. This real quick. This is I'm gonna white box myself, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at that's Bigfoot, not Bigfoot. That's Bad Ankle Bill's William Blankenship's piece that he did. It's what he got to for his computer pooped out. The two. This looks like a Sister of Battle, and this looks like Assassinorum. This looks like Officio Assassinorum lady, and they're fighting over a piece of pizza, which I'm gonna say is a Snotling's pizza, because he likes it's not the orcs are made out of a fungus, and he liked to have mushrooms on it. So there you go. There's that. Everybody see that? Take a look and see if you want to vote for that. I'm going back to the chat on white box, and yeah, I think we've had everybody vote.
I've been here for like 4 hours, Jimmy.
We're done. I mean, we're done right now. So 8. We got 8 votes. Did you vote, Matt?
I'm voting right now.
Everybody go vote who hasn't voted, please. And this is because I'm going to be done here real quick.
Shit.
Got 8 people in there, and we had
Twice.
8 votes. So go vote. All right, here we are.
Here we go.
Here we go. 9 votes. 9 votes.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
All right.
All right. So with sadly 0 votes, our beautiful, wonderful young lady with color, Humble Marty, with 1 vote apiece.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I know. With 1 vote apiece, for all 4 people taking the bronze is Daniel Tech Vega, Phil Connect, Eric Hodson, the dreaded dinosaur, and Bad Ankle Bill, William Blankenship. Y'all got 1 vote, 11%. With 2 votes, fantastic for the silver, 22%. Armor On. And with 3 votes, 3 big votes, 33% of the vote, and the gold medal once again, Illustrator Monk. Everybody, I'm going to do it online real quick. You want to show whatever you want. Armor On, do you want to tell anybody about what you're doing out there?
Just doing commissions right now, and someone has approached me to do a 40-page comic for the Indiegogo. I won't say who, but
it's something that's coming. All right, nice.
Yeah.
All right, dreaded dinosaur, Eric Hodson. Tell us what's going on, man.
Yes, sir. I am getting ready to transition over to working on dinosaur webtoon again. And so I'd like to direct anybody who's watching to go check this thing out. I'll be dropping some new episodes starting next month, and getting ready to start work on a new book. Here's the working cover for it, the inks for debut in the fall. Dreaded Dinosaur.
This is really fun.
Yeah, it looks like
this looks really fun.
Yep, that's cool, man. Awesome.
So this means that the Roddy Piper comic is done.
For the most part, I got maybe another week's worth of work. We're still trying to get somebody to finish up the colors for us.
Finish up the what?
The colors.
Are you guys paying?
Yeah, out of our pockets. I don't know where that money's coming from right now, thanks to COVID, but
You want to talk to our buddy Mior?
I have everything flatted already. It just needs to be spit and polished.
Josh Spencer is very talented at coloring stuff, especially like this. I don't know about, the wide range of things that can be colored.
Yeah.
But
we've already had 2 people blank on us, so.
No, he's good. He's solid.
Yeah.
And
well,
we'll hook you up with him if you don't know.
Just go check that out. See, get some of that done. He's pretty inexpensive too. Not inexpensive, but reasonable. Moving down to Humble Marty. Tell us what's going on, man. Milady.
Milady.
I still have that one book, The Adventures of Corcor and Bubble Tea Blues on Amazon. If anyone wanted to check it out, it's only $5.
Can you say the name of it again?
Oh, The Adventures of Corcorn.
Can you spell it?
Corkhorn.
Corkhorn. Corkhorn.
Yep, Corkhorn.
Okay, nice. Excellent.
And what?
Bubble Tea Blues. The Adventures of Corkhorn. Bubble Tea Blues.
All right, nice, excellent. Going down again to Illustrator Monk, our winner to this week. Got anything you wanna pimp? Monk.
Monk.
We'll come back to you, man. Phil, you have anything you want to pimp besides these 2 wrestling?
No, I'm still
how about your books?
Say again.
How about your books that are on Amazon?
Autumnville Ouroboros, Autumnville Beware the Scarecrow, and Infinity Girl. And we're doing the Something Sketchy podcast. And I just finished the Prelude script tonight for my upcoming Indiegogo project, Metachain 242. And I just finished the 32-page script of the main story and finished the prelude that we're probably going to try to do as maybe like a stretch goal. And as soon as some of that sweet government money comes in, I'm going to go and buy some more tools and get started on the drawing.
Excellent. Nice. Fantastic. Going down to Daniel Tech Vega, who's the last man on the panel right now.
I'm still taking commissions. You can reach me at the Tech Corner, Twitter, and Instagram, and Yahoo, and Yahoo.
Excellent.
Yahoo, YouTube.
Go out and commission Daniel to get some sexy girls. He likes some sexy girls with pointy ears. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Crypto Comics. Would you like to show anything you're doing, Matt? He's doing some great things.
He has an upcoming project with the lead singer Korn.
I have an upcoming project with Jonathan Davis. It's a fist fight in a parking lot somewhere. I look forward to having that appear sometime soon on either my wrestling channel, youtube.com/testosterone overload, or on my incredible comic book channel, Crypto Comics, with 1,333 beautiful subscribers from Webtown. And you should join them because 1,300 people can't be wrong. It's probably the fastest growing channel in indie comics. Dumpster Fire. Mine's the fastest growing. Do you know why? Because I rarely talk about the dumpster fires on Twitter. I just talk about awesome comics that I love.
He does, and he's very entertaining in doing it. My name is Slick Jimmy. I have
Slick Jimmy Love. Slick Jimmy Love Gun.
Slick Jimmy will do.
Slick Jimmy Skills.
Oh boy. And this is my channel, Slick Jimmy Speaks, where we do the Cheesecake Challenge every Monday night at 9 p.m. at Mountain Standard Time. We have beautiful, wonderful, amazing artists come on and make beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous art of sexy ladies and different themes. So please come back next week. Also, you can talk to me on the Twatters at Slick Jimmy Love, and I will usually talk to you back if you are at least somewhat, within reason talking.
Hot.
Yeah, hot. If you're hot, I'll talk to you, definitely. But most of those hot girls are, they're just fishing. And lastly, if you want to go check out my book, you can find it at Indiegogo. It's called Little Girl Lethal. It's still in demand. You can pick up a book. It's sexy, violent, crazy, vengeful fun. And it's set in a world called Lost Peaks, the biggest, baddest, meanest motherfucking city you've ever met. And if you want to get the modest version, it's a little bit risque. And the other is the immodest version, which is a lot risque. So yeah, it's not for kids, just letting you know. Now, if you want to, please sub to my channel. If you hear this, that would be nice. But, do as you will. It is a free world after all, at least for now. Everybody have a great night. Thank you all for coming out. People in the chat, people on the panel. My buddy Crypto Comics, who's helped me co-host here, except when he was, swilling down coffee. And coffee. So everybody, be good to each other. Wash your hands. Keep a little distance for now from each other. And,
wash your ass too.
Wash your ass
Stinking.
too, and your balls, and your unmentionables. And again, stay safe.
I think you covered that with balls, Jimmy.
Oh boy, gosh, my damn cat, is up in my grill.
Awesome cat.
Fucking
Jeez.
cat, man. Okay, everybody, I love y'all. Thank you for coming out. Take care, and we are going to cut the stream just about now. Bye bye.
Gun girl, you can be my